feet up. Trap, I'm doing me. Hey yo, get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. I'm doing me. Hey yo, get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Certain scenes, I'm off the post with drugs, is insurance. Hey yo, get back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey yo, get back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. We the worst nigga like a skinny bitch, no problem. We the funny screw the mission. Told out, couple screws missing. Purring over niggas, superstition. No paper in the real efficient. Niggas stole what a nigga kitchen. Without a diamond, still shine kitchen. Set around so everybody hit it. Party strong, trying to for a mission. Mathematics, simple addition. Bad luck like a bad chick. One of the few still a better shit, no matter what. Never act different, no GPS. Put it back tripping. Money cup, yes, I'm back tripping. Like that's a kid, that's a back tripping. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Certain scenes, I'm off the post with drugs, is insurance. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, get back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me.
I was riding in the tourist, doing another race. Got another little bun, them another game. Go by the X-Fame, pop by the game. Back down with a dude, shot a Timberlane. We reach at a rally, it's another 8. Ball going, don't watch the temple with an 8. I'm a star cloud now, I'm a Alex Payne. Roll running, show money, get it stuff to stay. Play a brother, finna kid, at him on the way. Riding money, 6 times, price the whole day. I was counting money way back the whole day. 7 8 with a boy, money boy train. HD lifestyle, let me phone game. 4 clips, 2 rock, corn, 100K. Being legal, I carry 34 straight. Every time, you gotta
hey yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Certain scenes, I'm off the post with drugs, is insurance. Hey yo, keep back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey yo, get back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Hey yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Certain scenes, I'm off the post with drugs, is insurance. Hey yo, keep back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Get back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey yo, get back with my feet up, get back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us some misfits. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, did nobody come to see you old? It's a focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pippin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm too geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh wee, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2, 3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Bizkit.
Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple and yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple and yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Started in a rumor house. Popular in Montgomery, that was back in 03, breaking down the whole beat. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you I'm a OG. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you what he sold me. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Out of space high, all day I'm in the nosebleed. 24/7, get the bag, count the proceeds. Said she ain't the pleaser, she proceeds to get on both knees. Told her keep her pussy, all I wanna be pro-clean. Rolling up hot boxes, sweating to the OD. On an all-nighter full of road, getting no sleep. In and out of town on the road, paying 4 weeks. Plug with the plug, that deal price is so cheap. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Don't get tagged hot as hell, watching for the police. See me in the streets, no nigga, you don't know me. Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple and yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple and yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip.
Serving up the crack, I feel like Jesus on that trap again. There's an eagle in my lap, double clip that's rapping fast. I don't need no touch, I'm in the booth, I'm about to test the cat. In the jungle pumping weight, nothing like an exercise. Headed to the Rose Bowl, back to Rocker Stadium. Tripping soldiers like a boss, they asking what I pay for them. Shoot and kill for real, we gotta penetrate your cranium. Police never gave a fuck, that's why we always blaming them. Nigga with an attitude, feel like Dr. Dre and them. I don't fuck with suckers, I don't trust them, I don't play with them. Hit them from the back, I hit the door cause I don't lay with them. Always ready to stop by niggas bout they famous skin. Bands on me now we good, don't look in the Lambo, play they gun, play the ammo, gotta get it, cause it's been no money. Power when I step up on around like a tornado. Got a pluggy from Barbados, eating good, stay with
Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple and yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. First to death killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every whip. Pink slip for every whip.
So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boys.
I'm up in the trap, I'm dope boy.
With them knives.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water till it's hot. Listen double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking order. Left hand 360, motor to a lot. Blue hollow tips, got switches on the dot. State game, true stickers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Say it's long, let to the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The big ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number when I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1,200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some nice game, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day's a sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on change. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple range, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you to go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what the dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipping. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Niggas ain't real, nigga. You gotta feel me, nigga. Smile in my face behind my back, you tryna kill me, nigga. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? You screaming, fuck me, nah, nigga, fuck you. You ain't hard at me. Couple kick dough, couple robberies. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken bit, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater mad, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is, motherfucking MP3? I honestly pay him no attention, they up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck a D. State gang, true sipper, who these niggas wanna be? I've been getting money since a younger. I've been pushing peace, stay strapped. Gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. They no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside, why you scared? I thought that you been a G. We don't bluff, we pulling up, we different down in Tennessee. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitty, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitty, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. I got an old school bitch, call her Aretha. Shawty so fine, shawty she a keeper. Smoke that reefer, preferred by the quarter. I do this for my kids, my sons and my daughter. Get treated like a king. Hoes call me sire. One look like Lotto, the other look like Maya. My plug, he ain't playing, he only talking the numbers. I cop it, whip it, and ship it. My money coming in bundles. Different flavors of kush, orange, grape, and apple. If a nigga trap me, it's gonna be a disaster. Dope money and bitches, pimp robbers and snitches. It's all in my hood. My homies say that I'm gifted, I really can't complain. Shit starting to change, a product of my environment. Tell me who can I blame? Neck like a glacier, bought my shawty a bracelet. Money go get her, that's why these niggas be hating. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitty, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitty, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitty, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitty, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Whole team shadow, we stars, big dipper. Get a lot of hate, state gang in the city. Whole team shadow, we stars, big dipper. Get a lot of hate, state gang in the city.
Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in, hit that like button. Why is my banner still up here? I don't know, y'all. Thought I took it down. Hold on. Oh, I did. Y'all know this damn vertical app gets me. Okay, so just bear with me. Hey y'all. Hey yours truly. Hey Miss Lynn. Y'all come on in. Hey Lady Marie. Happy what's the day, y'all? Tuesday? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Y'all listen, so this is what we're gonna be covering today. So it's been a lot. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Y'all know anytime I do something, out of the ordinary, I be kind of, paranoid. And I'm hoping my device is gonna act right today. Y'all know they was acting up last night. But put it a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. And we're gonna get started. Please be sure to hit the like button on the way in, support the channel. Let me put my banner up. Let me put my banner up. Thank you, Lady Marie. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. So y'all can hear me good. Thank you, Miss Margie. Hey, Miss Margie. Okay. Banner's at the top, y'all. So listen. So it's been a lot. Y'all know. And I had intended on streaming. Y'all know I streamed Miss Angie Stone's first celebration of life that was held, I think, on Friday. I did not stream the one from Saturday, which is the one that was that was held in her hometown. I did not stream that one, but I do still have some little clips I wanted to put out, just to put them out because I want them out, and I'm still gonna do that. So that's gonna be pretty much it on that. But I will say that her life was well celebrated in in both services. So yeah. So now comes the aftermath, right? So it's been a lot, and I mean to tell y'all, it's been a lot. Okay, surrounding this whole accident and what actually happened to her. What's weird though, but maybe not so weird, but is weird, is that it's not a whole lot of like as far as um information out there as to what truly happened, like really happened. Now don't get it twisted. It's a lot of I see this thing drop, y'all, so it's gonna act up today. I may have to just do audio today until I figure out what's going on with my device. I really wanted to hold on a minute, y'all. Hold on. I don't know. Like I said, I did that update on my laptop, y'all. And ever since I did that update, my thing been acting up, and I gotta get it together. I really do. Hold on, y'all. Let me read this right quick. Y'all be sure to hit the like button. Thanks to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Bushes. Hey, Bird Bird. Girl, I think I was gonna wait till I'm talking to the bushes now, y'all. I was gonna wait till tomorrow to get into that, but I promise you, I probably be up. I probably be live later after I do this live talking about it because I listened to what I just heard and I can see it's already gonna be a bunch of lies told, but it's okay. It's cool. I expected it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But anywho, so y'all listen. Like I say, my thing has already dropped. My StreamYard has already dropped my screen sharing, so I don't think it's gonna act right today. I did want to actually show y'all visuals, but the good thing about the content that I'm going to react to today is the guy that that we're gonna react to. He's easy on the ears, and what I mean easy on the ears is that he articulates very well. And out of all the content creators out there that's actually um talking about this, him and two other people. It's really four all together. One of them I'm kind of sort of kind of veering away from because it's getting to be a whole lot of on their channel. But it's this guy, and I'm gonna give y'all his name so my moms can drop his link. It's this guy, and then it's another female. It's a female that I also been listening to who she does a lot of calling around, and she's got a good channel. And then it's the paperwork guy, the person I told y'all, the Hey Fun Bear, the paperwork guy. He's really good, and he actually has some good stuff on his channel. So I've narrowed down listening to those three people because, like I say, it's so much out there, and it's so much being said with no proof, no evidence. People just pretty much going live, making stuff. I mean, y'all know how I feel about that. Like, I just can't react to those type of channels. So basically, I think I've narrowed down who the people that I'm gonna react to, or listen to, or get my information from. The guy we're gonna listen to today, starting off. In fact, let me go ahead and give my mods his channel name so y'all can drop his link. And like I say, I want to show the visuals, but if I can't, the audio is gonna be great because he articulates well and his channel is the bomb in my opinion. Excuse me now. So let me the first thing I will say, y'all, starting off, and I'm gonna show y'all a receipt. is according to, let me stop trying to do two things at one time. Hold on a minute, y'all. So I need my minds to get his channel name is the Introvert Rockstar. The Introvert Rockstar is the guy we're gonna react to first. So I need my minds to please get his link and put it in the chat so you all can go over there and check him out. You like him, you like his content, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on his videos and things of that nature. I got a feeling that when y'all go over there and watch him, you will like him. We're gonna react to. He's got several videos that I want to play. And I went back to when he started the beginning of when he started talking about this. So we're gonna go, even though we've already done a live on this, we're gonna go back to the beginning with him because he breaks it down. This guy breaks it down, and I think the reason why his content for me is so credible in the way he breaks things down, I think he was part of the music industry at one time. I think I know he's like a or is or used to be a truck driver or something like that. But y'all gonna hear all of the basics. Y'all gonna hear and listen to him. He's gonna tell y'all a lot about himself. So y'all get to hear for yourselves. Now, let me try to pull this stream y'all up on my laptop so I can share the screen. Um, I do want to share the screen and listening to him, but if I can't, if my device want to echo, I'm just gonna play the audio. But let me put this up right quick. I want y'all to see something. Thank you, Fonberry. I appreciate that. Let me put this up right quick, y'all. So I got this off my dude, the paperwork guy. I call him the paperwork guy. I'm gonna give you the whole. When we react to him, I'm gonna give y'all his channel name too. It's the paperwork party. Paperwork party. So I want y'all to look at this receipt. Okay. I got this off of his channel because I watch his live streams. And I want to react to his live streams. And the good thing about his live streams, they're not that long. When I say not that long, they're like 2 hours, but y'all know my stuff be so long. 2 hours for me ain't nothing. So I do want to react to him, not today, but on at a later date, because he has some really good content and he breaks it down and it's amazing. And he's that guy. He's that paperwork guy. That's why I call him paperwork guy. But anywho, do y'all see this? Do y'all see what I have up on the screen? So he got this, I guess, from the Department of I don't know where he got this receipt from, but this receipt is according to the Alabama State Crash Report, which is public information. I'm sure he looked it up, and this is what it is. This according to this report, and when we react to him, he has the whole report. But this is the little portion of it. So she passed. I don't think she made it to the hospital, Fonberry. Even though she did not die in the actual crash. Listen, the reason why I say that, even though this is saying she did not die in the actual crash, news reports say she died at the scene. News reports say she died at the scene. I don't know if she made it to the hospital. Because it's being said now that once she made it out the van, she was hit by the truck. Like hit by the truck. So I don't know if she made it to the hospital, but we're gonna listen, we're gonna get into it, we're gonna talk about it. But according to this report right here, that accident that Angie Stone was a part of were in, it was 9 injured, which would have been her and her 8 band members, no fatalities. So basically, according to this report, she did not die from that initial impact of the van. Because had she passed away from injuries sustained in the van, that fatality number would be at least 1. Now, it could be, being as though she did pass away out there on the interstate, I don't know. It could be a whole totally different report from what happened to her. Like, this could be the report from when the van was hit, and then there could be a report out there from when she was actually hit by the truck. If that's what happened, if she still had a pulse after the crash and passed shortly after, that still would be injuries sustained due to the crash. They're saying Angie Stone did not pass away due to that crash. That's what this report is saying. If she had passed away from anything pertaining, hi Miss Carla, Miss Lynn, did I speak to you, sweet? Hey Miss Lynn. If she had passed away due to any injury that she obtained or sustained, whichever one, from that initial impact, it would have to be on this report. It would have to be on this report. And this report is saying it was 0 fatalities and 9 injured. That means she was injured in the crash. But I don't know if the injuries that she sustained in the crash is actually the reason why she passed. See, y'all remember I talked about how I felt as though it could be a possibility that maybe, just maybe, even though she was in the car crashed and she sustained injuries. Y'all remember how I said it's a possibility that she could have passed away from something other than what happened in the crash, like maybe a heart attack or something like that. Remember I said that? Because remember I told y'all about the truck driver who had the heart attack on the interstate and he ended up crashing the truck. But basically he had already passed when he crashed the truck. See, it be stuff like that that you don't really know if that happened unless they put it out here. Hey Melissa. Um, you said that's weird because she had just performed, but this is the thing: a car accident or the impact or the just knowing you're about to be in a car accident can cause a heart attack. Like the impact from look. Listen, I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to go too deep. I'm just going by what this traffic report here says. I saw what someone said that the truck hit her after they put. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too, Miss Carla. That's what I've been hearing too. So what I'm saying is I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to go too deep. All I'm saying is this. This report, according to this report, she did not pass away from that car accident. How she passed away, what she passed away from, what injury she might have, we don't know. That's not out here yet. And it is an investigation going on. So I'm thinking we probably won't know a whole lot until after the investigation is over. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, at this point, like I say, it's so many things being said, so many things, being put out there to where I'm just real careful about who I listen to, what I entertain, and what I bring to my platform. Because that's why I respect the whole paperwork guy channel because y'all know I love some paperwork, some good receipts, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I tend to tune into him more than anybody. But this guy, this introvert, is it introverted or introvert rock star? I like the way he articulates and I like the way he breaks stuff down. And he's got uploads that are not that long and they're very easily. Let me see if it's gonna let me break it back up. If not, we're gonna do the audio. Yeah, Fun Bear. It's really like y'all know I get frustrated really, really easy when it comes to all the speculation and the conspiracy theories and things of that nature. Um, so Carla, if wait a minute, you said Carla, if the truck hit her, it still should stay. Yeah, well, no, see, it could be. See, that's where it gets a little tricky. Because according to what's being said, the truck actually hit the van. So if the truck hit the van and then it turned around and hit her, you would think that all that would be in that one report. You know what I'm saying? But y'all looking at it. Y'all looking at the report. It's weird. But according to this report from the Alabama State Crash Report, it's saying 0 fatalities as a result of that crash. That's it. That's it. That's all we know so far. So, y'all, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. I hope this thing act right, but if it don't, I'm gonna be so good with the audio today because I just don't want to get frustrated, and I do want y'all to at least hear it. And I'll send y'all over to the channel. That way y'all can go and rewatch it and watch the visuals and hit the like button and things like that. So, all right, let me take this down. Let me see. Hold on now. And I can see it already acting up. So let me get my y'all know I have my backup. Let me get my audio. Give me just a second, okay? Well, it came up. It came up. Let's see if it's gonna let it play. Like I said, Fonberry, if you would drop Mr. Introvert, I think it's Introverted Rockstar. Drop his link again so everybody can go check him out. This is his content. We're reacting to his content using fair use. And we're gonna react to what he has to say. All right. So he dropped this video. Y'all know I like to give y'all that too. Sort of kind of like a timeline, huh? All right, so let's do this. Thank you, Fonberry. I appreciate you. 2 weeks ago, which is when all this took place, and I'm thinking, could it have been on the same day that she passed? Actually, no. This was dropped on March the 3rd, 2025, and this is his first video that he did on the Angie Stone situation, all right? So let's listen, y'all. Hopefully it'll let me play it. If not, we'll do the audio. All right, let's go. I don't hear it, so I might just keep him up on the screen, just play. Yeah, it drops. It drops. So I'm not gonna even try that again. What I will do once I get this audio together, I will put his image up on the screen so y'all can at least look at him. Let me pull up my audio, y'all. Give me just a second. Come on in, y'all. Be sure to hit the like button for your girl, okay? Hit that like button for your girl. Support the channel. The link is strolling at the top. All right. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I am, y'all. Actually, my day's been very relaxing. Y'all know I was up all night. I know y'all know that. Trey said well, I wasn't gonna be able to come live, but I'm here. I am here, Hunty. And I appreciate y'all joining. I do. Let's see. Let's go to it's introvert rockstar. I think I say introverted, but it's introvert rockstar. Okay. Let me see.
And look, on this channel, I rarely talk about celebrities, but if you grew up in Louisiana, if you grew up in the black community, we all had that one female cousin that played this song over and over and over again. So it's only right, out of respect, that I cover this story. And lately, I've been watching a lot of documentaries. And
y'all let me know if y'all can hear him really, really well. I want y'all to hear him really, really well. I don't have him sped up. I don't think. Let me check. Yeah, I don't have him sped up because I want y'all to hear him. Now let me pull up the image. Maybe it'll just let me share the image. Thank you, Fun Beer. Thank you, sweetie. All right. Let me just pull up his image. If it'll let me even put that up. You can hear him, Sonya? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Lynn. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna play him while I play with this thing to see if I can show his image. I'm gonna play him, so y'all listen, okay? I ain't want to stop it right there. Let me put his face up so y'all can see. Okay, this is he. All right. Hopefully it'll change on y'all end. It changed on my end. All right, here we go.
I notice a weird pattern when it comes to our people being unalived in crazy ways. But before I break this story down, check this out.
After 40 something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything.
And see me, I wish I was in Angie Stone's circle to tell her when it comes to these people, you cannot trust them. Even the attorneys, the lawyers that's representing you when you try to get your money back from UMG, you cannot trust them because they're on the same team. They're in the same circle. And you guys step back and think, Angie Stone is from South Carolina, which is ironically on fire right now. But she's from South Carolina. These people knew from the jump that they was going to steal her money. They was going to rob her whole career. And I need a favor from y'all. I need y'all to watch this full video because at the end, I'm going to have a powerful short clip from Angie Stone. But let's get right into this article so I can show y'all how cold the game really is. And this article is by Associated Press. It was published March the 1st, 2025 at 8:02 p.m. Grammy-nominated R&B singer Angie Stone dies in car crash, Montgomery, Alabama.
Man, y'all, this was dropped on March the 3rd, a couple of days after it happened. So we going back, and then we're gonna come forward, okay? So we starting at the beginning with this guy.
Grammy-nominated R&B singer Angie Stone, a member of the all-female hip-hop trio The Sequence, and known for the song "Wish I Didn't Miss," was unalived early Saturday in a car crash. She was 63. About 4 a.m., the vehicle she was riding and back to Atlanta from Alabama flipped over and was hit by a big rig. Music producer and Stone's longtime manager Walter Millsap III told Associated Press in an email. Everyone else in the cargo van survived except Stone, he said. So you telling me that Angie Stone made a video last year, the day after Christmas, exposing UMG from stealing her money? She made this video last year, and fast forward to now, she's unalived in the van with multiple people that she was the only one unalive. But don't even worry. We're about to put the pieces to this puzzle together in a few.
How many people think, let me ask y'all a question, how many people, and I know a lot of y'all probably can't type because y'all at work and stuff, but how many people think that is odd? Now, I did see something that I saved that I have not watched yet, where one of the guys that actually spoke at the funeral has come out and spoke. Now, like I say, would this information that's out here be a lot of clickbaited stuff? And I don't have time actually when I see stuff to actually watch it right then to make sure it's, authentic enough to bring to the platform. So I'll save it and watch it later. But before I came live today, I did come across a video where this guy is supposed to be talking. But up until I saw that, nothing. So how many people think it's strange? How many people think that the people that were, the other 8 people that was in that van has been told to not speak about this? Now, we could say that they're distraught, they're upset, Angie's gone. You know what I'm saying? I can totally understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were close. According to what we know, this is her band. These are her band members. So I'm assuming they were close. I did see something that I did not watch, but I got saved where to as there was supposed to be some type of argument in the van before they crashed. I don't know if that's true. So I'm not going to say that's a fact, you know what I'm saying? But I can understand if because see, everybody don't run the social media, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't, but I do think it's odd and weird that out of the 8 people, nobody has actually come out and spoke on what actually happened. Now, whether or not they may have told her kids, maybe they know, I don't know. But I think it's odd. I think it's weird that out of those 8 people, nobody has spoken. But to be honest, I think they've been instructed not to talk, not to speak. Whether it be by the police, whether it be by the record label, I don't know. So how many people feel like I feel and feel like that maybe they've been, asked not to speak on the situation? Or you think they were paid, Sonya? I say with stuff like this, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me that nobody's saying nothing. Like they ain't coming out saying nothing. And this guy's and I don't know which video was in. Like I said, I watched every video he's got on this, and he made he showed the list of the people names that was in the band, and he said he went to every last one of their social medias, and these people had not posted even a rest in peace Angie. Like they had not posted anything about what happened. They didn't post a post saying, um, to the kids, I'm sorry, nothing. They've posted nothing on their social media about this. Hey, April, good to see you. All right, let's listen.
Alabama Highway Patrol said in a news release that the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van turned over on Interstate 65 about 4:25 a.m. Saturday before being hit by a 2021 Freightliner Cascadia truck driven by a 33-year-old from Texas. Angie Stone was pronounced dead at the scene, the Highway Patrol said. The crash was about 5 miles south of Montgomery city limits. And I said, wait. What's the name of this trucking company he or she was driving for? Because they never mentioned that in the article.
Time will heal pain. Time will heal pain. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. Hey, everyone. I believe they are afraid they could have been threatened. It's definitely a reason why they're quiet. And I feel that way too. I honestly feel that way now. I won't speculate on I won't speculate on what the reason is. I know I was talking to somebody earlier who felt like that they feel like if they speak, then they can end up like her. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't know. I won't state that as a certain fact, but I will say that it's odd. It's weird. These people have said nothing. And I'm all about people keeping stuff off social media. I am. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like it's some people that do too much when it comes to social media, but not even a post, not even a heartfelt post. Like, other than the guy, the one young guy I think he's going to talk about, I don't even think the other band members even spoke at the funeral. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird. Sonya said that they unalived her, which would explain why no fatalities at the crash. I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know. Like I showed you. This thing is saying no fatalities when we know this woman died on the scene. Well, she passed away or she was in. Listen, it's weird. Like that's weird. It's saying no fatalities and 9 injured. But yeah.
And then I saw in the picture, it was CRST. And I've been driving trucks for 10 years. If you know anything about trucking, you know that CRST and Western Express are the worst companies in the trucking business. Matter of fact, check this out. While not definitely considered the worst trucking company, CRST is often cited as one of the least favorable options due to a reputation for poor driver treatment, high turnover rates, and a history of safety concerns, particularly regarding their out-of-service rates for vehicle inspections, which are often considered high compared to other companies. And look, let's say you had a criminal record, let's say you had a felony, CRST will hire you because the people that own that company, the dispatchers, they all crooks. They all steal your money. They just all crooks. Just ask anybody that works for
Excuse me, y'all. You said you remember a young lady from Alabama fake that she was kidnapped. Remember they showed traffic footage of that particular incident, but no track. You absolutely right, and I do remember that I actually covered that story on this channel. They listen. this man is going to listen. This is why we reacting to him or listening to him, right? Because when I tell you he's very detailed, he states a lot of facts. He's gonna talk about how on that interstate, which I know for facts, I'm 10 minutes away from where it happened. There are cameras. He's gonna point out the fact that there are cameras. He's gonna also point out the fact that we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. But yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But let's listen.
PRST. So in my opinion, it'll be nothing for UMG to hire somebody or to pay that company to unalive Angie Stone. It makes sense. And then I tried to find a picture of the truck driver that unalived Angie Stone. No picture, no name of the truck driver. And I'm like, wait, that's not normal.
Now you got to remember, this is the very first video that he did after this. As we listen to more, he actually has obtained a picture. And if we get to that today, I apologize. I don't have that picture uploaded, but I will when we come back. He actually obtained a picture of the truck driver. There was only one picture out there, and there's nothing about him pertaining to this accident. But he's going to get into that. But I just wanted to let y'all know that. Right now, he's saying there was no picture. Later on in another video, he had actually obtained a picture. Sonya said if they argued and she was stressed and had a stroke or heart attack caused her death, the splinter turning over would not have been her cause of death. Yeah.
Because anytime they'll have your face, they have your mug shot, they have a video of you these days on Facebook, listing your name, your address, everything. The people will find out everything. Why we don't have no picture now? Why we don't have no video? Why we don't have at least a name? All they said, the truck driver was 33 years old from Texas. What? So make that make sense. The Sprinter driver and 7 others in the van were taken to Baptist Medical Center for treatment. Officials continue to investigate the cause. So you telling me out of 9 people that she was the only one to be alive? So I have to step back and think, was she unalived in that van before that truck hit her? And was the truck just used as a cover-up? And then I said, hold up, the CEO of UMG is Lucian Grainge. His best friend, his business partner is Clive Davis. And look, I told y'all earlier, I've been watching documentaries lately, and I noticed a pattern when it comes to our people being unalived in weird ways. I noticed it's one person that's always there, and his name is Clive Davis.
How many of y'all agree with that? That every time a weird death or a questionable, suspicious death happens with one of our artists, Clive Davis has some type of something with that person. It boggles my mind. This woman has been living all these many years. Soon she started mentioning money. This happens. Yep, Lisa Left Eye. He's gonna talk about Lisa Left Eye. He's gonna talk about Lisa Left Eye was in affiliation with Clive Davis. She also was the only one who passed. Exactly. Come on with it. I like you, Time with Hill Pain. I like that name too. I do.
It's 2 documentaries.
Hopefully you subscribed. I hope you hit the subscribe button and the like button. Thank you for being here.
I won't try to watch this week. The first one.
Yeah, you said Whitney Houston, Lisa, and Angie. He's gonna talk about all 3. Yup, he's gonna bring up all. Baby, he's gonna go into a lot when it comes to Whitney Houston, and he's also gonna talk about Lisa.
And you will see the shape.
He just brought up Whitney. Hold on.
His best friend, his business partner is Clive Davis. And look, I told y'all earlier, I've been watching documentaries lately, and I noticed a pattern when it comes to our people being unalived in weird ways. I noticed it's one person that's always there, and his name is Clive Davis. It's 2 documentaries I won't try to watch this week. The first one is called Whitney. And you will see the shape.
Now he's gonna mention Whitney's documentary, and he's also gonna mention Luther Vandross. I'm going to watch them, y'all. So if y'all want to go watch them, he said watch those 2 documentaries. Listen to what he has to say.
The evilness of Clive Davis. This man said when Whitney Houston died at that award show, he had the authority to stop the award show. He said he didn't because Whitney Houston wouldn't want him to stop. What? And the next one I want y'all to watch is of Luther Vandross. Please watch this, and you will see the evilness. Even in this picture, you will see the evilness of this man, Clive Davis. Look, in 2025, if you're a great artist, you can sing, you can rap, you can paint, you can write, do anything. Be careful who you sign to. Be careful who you sign your rights over to, because these people will steal from you. They've been lying to us our whole life. You think they're going to be honest about you when it comes to money? No. Clive Davis and UMG, they've been stealing from Angie Stone her whole career.
Yeah, Malik.
And look, I'm going to say it. When you black, they go use you or they go try you, especially when they see you not smart when it comes to business. They go use you. So I wish I was in.
And to give credit to what he just said right there, he's going to play a clip. And I've heard it because I've listened to it. And I think we listened to one of the live streams that Angie Stone did. And she said, all I knew was to go out, sing, make the money, come home and pay my bills. She said the other side of it, I trusted my attorneys to handle. I didn't know anything about that side pertaining to her royalties and things of that nature. She admitted that. She said she didn't know much about it. She trusted the people who she put in place to handle that. And he just said it. He said, when they know that you don't know, that's how they get you. Because the people that you trust, the people that you put in charge, they are all in cahoots together. This is what he's saying. You say, yes, I did subscribe. Jaguar White, they say she crazy, but I learned soon. A person starts speaking the truth or start exposing people that are crazy. Every dog had their day. I don't care who you are. And that's facts.
Angie Stone's circle to always be in her ear, telling her you cannot trust these people with your money, not even the attorneys, the judges, all of them on the same team. All these record labels, they all on the same team. They tied to the prisons. And yeah, you can beat them at their own game, but they'll still unalive you. Just look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson beat them at their own game. They still found a way to mess up his name and unalive him. And look, in my opinion, I think it's time we keep our talents and our gifts in our community. Forget crossing over. If your talent is good enough, if your art is good enough, the people will come to you. You don't have to sign to nobody. So when it comes to Angie Stone, Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston, Prince, Michael Jackson, these people ain't died by mistake. UMG has something to do with that, because when you start figuring out the game, when you start figuring out these people owe you money, they will get rid of you. Either they'll unalive you or they'll put you in prison. So to all the upcoming artists, I hope y'all taking notes. I hope y'all do y'all research, and please go watch those 2 documentaries I told y'all to watch, and you will see how shady this game really is. And now, just like I promised, here's the short clip of Angie Stone. I'm out.
I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me. So I'm truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, money that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. See, I'm not an attorney.
This is what she talks about. I just told y'all she said. This is it right here. Listen, y'all.
I don't know everything. What I learned how to do was go out, work hard, get paid, come home, pay my bills, take care of my family. That part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they are in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. And I know because I've seen it with my own eyes. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. And so what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren.
So you say, I remember when Michael Jackson, before he died, he exposed the man. He was a music producer, and Michael talked about how evil this man was. This is sad. All this is sad. Yeah. Yes.
They're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? Or my problem?
All right, so this is the next video, y'all. That was the end of that one.
And look, I'ma say it.
This one right here is entitled "They Poisoned Angie Stone." He dropped this one the next day, March the 4th. Okay. All right, so let's listen. Introvert. I want to say it right. I started to say introvert truck driver because he stated he's a truck driver. Introvert Rockstar is the name. My minds will be dropping the link. Y'all go check him out. This channel is a really good channel. All right, let's listen.
And look, I'ma say it. When it comes to people like Clive Davis, we have to stop letting him take advantage of our people and getting away with it. So on this channel, I bring awareness to my people.
Thank you, Father.
And we have to speak up for Angie Stone, because Angie Stone made this song speaking up for black men. She wasn't bashing us. She wasn't kicking us while we was down. She was breathing life into us when she made that song. So it's only right that we speak up for her when she's not here. But before we break this story down, check this out.
Anyway, what happened 2 days before my show? Whew.
So we listened to this, y'all. Remember, we listened to this entire Instagram live. And this is, for those that didn't hear it, this is where she talks about her falling ill 2 days before her show last year. A show she was supposed to do last year. 2 days before the show, she fell ill, and this is what happened. Angie's story is so sad. Hey, ask questions. Listening from the road. Okay, be safe, sweetie. Thank you for dropping down. I appreciate it. Y'all, please be sure to hit the like button. Support your girl. Support the channel, the Cash App, and everything is strolling across the screen. All right, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it.
But God, I'm trying to keep from crying because the devil was very, very, very particular in targeting me. But anyway, I was rushed to the hospital because I wasn't breathing so well. Came to find out I had what was a bacterial blood infection that I had gotten when they stuck me with the needle. It had went into my bloodstream and caused a staph infection of the blood. Now, I didn't have a clue that there was a blood infection until they rushed me into ICU. I went into ICU and
You say, I was hearing that Angie was the only one who was left in the van. The white woman who said that she helped Angie out, I'm hearing that all that is fake. I did too. He's gonna talk about that too as well. Yeah, I heard that story was fake. It was false. She never helped Angie, and she is trying. They say her whole account has been deleted. Like, we're gonna get into that. May not be today because this live is not gonna be over. If I go 3 hours, I plan on going just 2. So that's gonna limit what we cover today, but I'm gonna do this every day. I'll be back tomorrow morning instead of just on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we can get caught up. But yeah, I got something saved that I need to watch that say one of the a video stating that lady has disappeared, like her account is gone. And we're gonna see what that's about too as well. All right, let's listen.
went to use the restroom and I passed out in the restroom. My oxygen went all the way down and rendered me basically unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And damn, so that 18-wheeler accident wasn't their first attempt trying to unalive her. And it's very rare that we see an artist sit down on Instagram Live and really call out the whole music industry. And you got Drake, he's suing the record labels and stuff like that, but he didn't sit down and break it down. So if Angie Stone can break it down, we can break it down.
Thank you. Next question.
And look, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to watch this full video, because at the end, I'm going to have a powerful short clip from Angie Stone. And let's get right into this article so I can show y'all how dirty, how racist, how cold these people really are. This article is by Montgomery Advisor. It was published March.
It's actually Montgomery Advertiser. That's the I told y'all we got two. The major news station is WSFA. It's not the only one. It's the major, and then the major newspaper is the Montgomery Advertiser. This is what he's reading from right now, and this was published on. I think he's gonna say it. I think
2025. Grammy-nominated singer Angie Stone dies in Alabama interstate crash. Authorities release official details on the fatality, which involved two collisions. The collisions with the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van Stone was a passenger in happened at 4:25 a.m. near the 162-mile marker, about 5 miles south of Montgomery City line. The first collision had the Mercedes-Benz in a single vehicle crash in which the van overturned on I-65. And look, this is my question. What caused that van to overturn multiple times? And if that van overturned multiple times, where's the cameras? I-65 has cameras on it.
Hold on 1 second.
Been driving trucks for 10 years. I took that route so many times. It has cameras. Where's the cameras? After the van overturned, Alabama law enforcement said it was struck by a 2021 Freightliner Cascadia driven by Jared S. Wilkinson, 33, of Skidmore, Texas. According to Alabama law enforcement, it is believed that the second collision unalived Stone. The driver of the Mercedes-Benz, Lethal Carter, 66, of Atlanta, Georgia, was injured and transported to Baptist Medical Center South in Montgomery for treatment. So look, according to them, a truck driver from a sundown town in Texas on Mardi Gras weekend and an Oscar award weekend, they wanted all the distractions so people wouldn't sit back and put two and two together. You telling me out of all them people in that van, she was the only one to be unalive? First the van flipped, then a truck come out of nowhere, ironically, and hits the van. Make that make sense. On I-65, I-65 is the easiest interstate to drive on. You telling me a truck driver didn't see that van flipped over? Make that make sense. And then I say, wait. Why is the only pictures online of this accident is people driving by? That's the only pictures. You see no clear pictures. Usually it's a professional photographer that goes on the scene and takes pictures of the accident. You don't see no professional pictures. All the pictures you see is from people in their cars driving by. All the videos you see is people in their cars driving by. Why is no professional pictures? And look, I found the driver of the Sprinter van. His name is Lethal Carter, 66 years old, from Georgia. I went to his Instagram page just to see if he said anything about Angie Stone, like a rest in peace, anything. I saw nothing.
He's talking about the driver, y'all. He said he went to the Instagram page of the driver. Nothing. No rest in peace. No nothing. Now you got to remember too. This is back like a couple of days after it happened. So whether or not that has changed or not, I don't know. But we're just going by what he's saying. And to be honest, a couple of days after this happened, nothing on the social media. Kind of go for that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you in shock. You've been involved in this accident. Your friend, I'm assuming they were friends, has passed away. A couple of days after it happened, no. Everybody don't run, like I say, everybody don't run to social media. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't. So I will say a couple of days after it happened, nothing on social media. That's not weird to me. Now, if you say today you go over there and nothing been said, now that's weird. But let's listen.
And then I found out he was a felon. And I'm not going to put that on him. I'm not going to say, oh, he's a felon. He did this on purpose. But is some questions that we need answers to. Did someone pay you to do this? Did they threaten you to, if you don't do this, you going back to jail? What it was, we need answers. And in that video I posted earlier, Angie Stone already said when she was in the hospital, the only people that had her back was her kids, and none of her kids was in that van. And it's still so hard for me to believe that she was the only one to be unalived in that van with 9 people. That's crazy. A truck hit your van and the van flipped over 3 times and you the only one? Make that make sense. And then I said, wait, let me go to UMG Instagram account and see if they said anything, said rest in peace, anything. I went to their Instagram account. Nothing. They posted nothing of Angie Stone. And look, like I mentioned earlier, as soon as you call these record labels out, ironically, you're unalive. Ironically, you go to prison. Ironically, you lose all your money and you go broke. And we got a lot of examples. First one, we got Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke owned his own record label. Sam Cooke owned his own publishing. And they didn't like it.
What you said. Now, okay, so I told y'all a couple of days after this happened, I was on the phone with somebody and they said, and we was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I was telling him I was going live about it. We was gonna talk about it. He said, "You do know there's a video out there." He said, "You do know there's a video that was put the day after she supposedly had passed away, and she's saying she's alive." Now, when he told me that, I had got a little irritated because I'm like, "Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that they done unalive this woman and she really is living, right?" So when I did further research, I told y'all about this. When I did further research, I found out that video was old. It was old. It was actually the video she posted after that ICU stay, right? That Time Will Heal All Pain is talking about. But somebody had actually put that video out the day after she passed, the day after she actually really did pass. So it confused a lot of people. And they had all the, the channels that don't do their research coming out here talking about Angie Stone's not dead and da 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 da. When in actuality that video was old. So Time Will Heal All Pain said you can tell they had been trying to take her out. They thought they did when she was in the ICU. That's why they put out Angie was unalive when she wasn't. They thought she was gone then. That was the plan. Wow. You sure these people like Clive Davis don't have life insurance? You know what? To be honest, I'm going to just say this. I'm going to say it outright. I do think they have life insurance policies on their artists. I do. I think the record companies do have life insurance policies on these artists. I absolutely do.
They wanted to take all that from them. They wanted him to be under their control. And guess what happened to him? In 1964, they unalived him in a hotel. And they said a woman of the night did. I can't say the P word, but they said a woman of the night unalived him. Make that make sense. You see the games they play when it comes to our people? And he's not the only one. You got Lisa Left Eye Lopez. After she exposed her record label from stealing money from TLC, guess what they did to her? The same thing, the same exact thing they did to Angie Stone. She had 8 other people in the car with her, Left Eye, 8 other people in the car with her. And ironically, in the car crash, she was the only one that died. And then you got Aaliyah. She was on the plane after she ended her contract with Jive Records and went over to Atlantic Records. Guess what happened to her? It had 9 people on the plane. You see this? All 9s. It had 9 people on the plane, and the plane
I gotta take that back. It's the all 9s for me. Listen.
Or they unalived him in a hotel, and they said a woman of the night did. I can't say the P word, but they said a woman of the night unalived him. Make that make sense. You see the games they play when it comes to our people, and he's not the only one. You got Lisa Left Eye Lopez. After she exposed her record label from stealing money from TLC, guess what they did to her? The same thing, the same exact thing they did to Angie Stone. She had 8 other people in the car with her, Left Eye, 8 other people in the car with her. And ironically, in the car crash, she was the only one that died. And then you got Aaliyah. She was on the plane after she ended her contract with Jive Records and went over to Atlantic Records. Guess what happened to her? It had 9 people on the plane. You see this? All 9s. It had 9 people on the plane, and the plane crashed. Make that make sense. And look, with these stories, I can go on and on. And look, Angie Stone was on her way before that accident happened. She was on her way to go perform at the CIAA game. And I said, what's the CIAA game? Check this out. A CIAA game is a basketball game played between teams from historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs. The CIAA stands for Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, which was founded in 1912. It's the oldest and longest running African American athletic conference in the U.S. And look, I believe Angie Stone this year was really going to expose UMG, and they was afraid of that. She was about to go to this game. You don't think she was going to get on that microphone and really say how she really feels? And these record labels, UMG, they need black artists because that's what's keeping them rich. Over 50 years in the game, and she still has to perform shows back to back. 63 years old, because they've been robbing her all these years. She has to perform back to back shows. Make that make sense. And look, I'm gonna say this in 2000.
Candy said, "Hey, Candy Corn, hold on, y'all. Let me see."
It's the conspiracy theorists for me. That's why I'm quiet. You know, I hate conspiracy theorists.
Me too. But hold on now. So Candy Corn says, I believe that the life insurance is a part of the contract that is signed when the artist is given the artist advancement money. You know what? I think I vaguely remember hearing somebody talk about this years and years ago. But when those people sign those contracts with those record labels, they are considered to be, and I forget the words that they use, But with that being said, I think they do sign. There is a life insurance policy on them. Melissa, he probably didn't even listen to half we've been listening to. He got to come in and say something.
I have been listening to all of this shit. This nigga talking about it's supposed to be
let me ask you this while I got you on the mic.
On the side of the damn road. Where did the professional photographer supposed to get there?
There's a professional photographer that takes the pictures at the crime scenes and accident scenes and things of that nature. You see it on the news all the time. Now, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this while I got you on the mic. So you think this guy is a conspiracist? You think he's so what do you think happened?
I think it was an accident, and if she didn't die on the scene, she died on the way to the hospital or at the hospital as a result of her injuries from said crash.
Okay.
If people are saying she got killed because she came out and they're like,
I've never stated that. I know a lot of people are saying I've never stated
not
that.
You, I'm just saying I've heard all of the narratives, and I'm just like, they could have been got rid of her then. Like, who sets up a damn car accident on the expressway? You could cut brake lines. You could have assistance close to her slips. So, like, it's a whole bunch of ways to get the woman killed. She could have an accident doing sound check, for Pete's sake. 18-wheeler. Now this nigga saying the 18-wheeler was a felon, and did somebody pay him to kill her? And if he didn't, he was gonna go back to jail. Like, what the fuck are we listening to?
First of all, he said the driver of the van was the felon. Second of all, I don't listen. Even though I like his
van, I heard what he said though. Truck van, don't matter which driver he talking about. He now the driver's past is being brought up on him as a reason to possibly commit murder.
Okay, well, let me say this. Let me make this clear.
To cover up for a record label.
You gonna let me talk? I know we got a delay, but at
Yes,
this
I'm
point, you
just
gonna let me talk.
laughing.
I listen, just because I listen to somebody and I react don't mean I agree with everything they said. The reason why I'm reacting to this guy is because of the other facts. Like other than what he felt like happened as far as the accident, I like the other things that he's pointing out, things that has happened in the past that to me honestly makes sense. That's not saying that I agree with everything he's saying. I get it that some people say, y'all know I don't like all these conspiracies and all this, Illuminati and blood. What you call it? Whatever they call it, all that stuff. Y'all know I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in none
Blood
of it.
sacrifices.
Yeah, that all that. I don't believe in none of that shit. Right? I don't. I don't entertain it. I don't believe in it. But I will entertain something that makes sense. Now, I'm not saying that what he's saying is the absolute truth or facts. I'm not playing him or reacting to him because I agree with everything he's saying. I like the things that he points out, the comparisons that he make. That's why I'm listening to him. Now, do I agree with everything he says? No. But I do agree with a lot of what I just because a lot of what he's saying is actual things that has happened. That's it and that's all. So, if you feel like I'm entertained, not you, Trey, I'm not talking about you, because I'm just gonna make this clear. If you think I'm entertaining the conspiracy that the record company paid this person, that person to do this and then the third, I've never said that. I never said I believe that. Because I think in a previous live stream, I even stated it could have been just a bad accident that people are doing the most about. When I feel something, I'm gonna say it. And I feel like certain things that are not being said or not being put out here as far as public information, when people go to hide and stuff, you got to think, why are you hiding things? Why are you hiding things? Because, see, when we know that in a normal situation, right? And don't get it twisted, like, I know that when it comes to celebrities and stuff like that, it's always going to be handled in a certain type of way. But when things are supposed to be put out here as far as public records, such as an accident report or the shit, at this point, it's just certain things are not being said, not being put out here, not being talked about. That's it, and that's all. That's all I'm saying. Something weird. The woman could have died just, from being all that could be true. But if that's the case,
Candy.
why? Go ahead.
Candy. Record labels, they just like any other company that have insurance for losses. They don't need to kill someone to make sure they make their money back. They already rich when they sign this person. They don't invest much anyway. And they just write it off at the end of the year like any other tax company. So they don't have to get into the murder and stuff for a couple $1 million. It's not like Angie Stone owed these people $1 billion. If she owed anything, it was a couple million.
Angie Stone was old
And if
money.
they
What are you
still
talking
own her
about?
masters,
Wait a minute. See, this is what I'm talking about.
I'm reading what Candy said. I'm not talking about what she owed. Candy said the record label has to assure they get their money back. I'm responding to that. I don't care if she was owed money, if they owed her money or none of that. I don't really care because it's her word versus the lawyer. See, that's something they would have to go to court and get into. She could say it, but her accountant could be wrong, and then they would have to go to court and fight that out. But even still, it's not enough money for them to kill her. Like, they wouldn't owe her billions of dollars. They would owe her anywhere between, I would just say, 3 to 10 million, if that much. If I'm just throwing out an arbitrary number. Even if they owed her 20 million for some reason, I don't know what she's done to be owed that much money, but if she owed her 20 million, you think it's enough to kill her over? Because she said, y'all owe me $20. It's a record label. They got billions of dollars.
Okay.
They just beat Drake in a lawsuit, UMG. He tried to sue them about that Kendrick Lamar shit. They took him to court. And when he took them to court, they kicking his ass right now. That's the type of money they get with lawyers to hold you off for years. That would be something they do instead of killing you. They would just make you stay in court for 10 years and run your money out.
They couldn't produce it. If they couldn't produce it. Okay. All right, let's listen.
25. If you trying to get famous through these racist, evil Caucasian people, you're tripping. If you don't see the signs, look at what happened to Angie Stone. She trusted these people with her money, and all these years they've been stealing from her. They stole her royalties. Damn. And look, I'm gonna say this: if you black, you talented, and you gifted, stay independent. Take care of your own money. Do your own research. You cannot trust these people. Everybody that ever lived that was somebody that was famous, that made great music, they got robbed. Just do your research. You think you gonna be different? No. And look, we don't have to cross over. If you're making the music for the people go support you. And I know we have a lot of people that act just like this. I can't say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. We have a lot of those type of black people. Don't focus on them. They just mad because they really don't love their people. They really don't love their people. They love racist Caucasian people. They feel safer. They feel like Caucasian people will never do them harm. But trust me, if you're really for the people, they really will support you. You don't have to sign to other people that's not really down for our culture. You don't have to do that. And rest in peace to Angie Stone. Thank you for making music that spoke to our soul. We will never forget you. And just like I promised y'all, here's a short clip from Angie Stone. I'm out.
I just want to put some things in perspective and in check.
Now this is like another live stream that I haven't seen. So when I watched it, I had heard it for the first time. Apparently, this is another live stream that Angie Stone did. Maybe her Instagram. Maybe this is a clip from that. Y'all listen.
Now there's this media company that's trolling my page. Things that I was sharing with my fans for my fans' benefit, only regarding my dealings in the industry over 50 years and things I wanted to share for the benefit of my fans and me in the industry. And of course, you know, I've had a lot of association with a lot of people, but I'm not one to drag anybody's good or bad beings. However, they say if you don't have something good to say, just don't say anything. They're editing, they're taking stuff, they're trolling my page, taking interviews day after day after day and piecing them together to make the world believe that, oh, Angie Stone's out here dragging this one and dragging that. Never that. I would never do that. Just like they told y'all I was a dead girl and I'm very much alive. It's because they're looking for numbers and they want you to pay for that information. Why you got to pay for it and I'm giving it to you? Don't waste your time or your money. As a matter of fact, I'm going to need for y'all to stand for something and quit falling for anything. Okay? On that note, y'all have a blessed Sunday. Oh, and trust and believe, they're going to take it down shortly. I promise you that. Peace and blessings. Love you much.
All right, that was the end of that video. So the next video we're listening to is entitled "They Murdered Angie Stone Because of This." It was dropped on March the 6th.
And there's no way in hell at 63 years old with all those great hits, when all those people sampling Angie Stone's music, that she was supposed to be out here selling and promoting hot sauce and gift bags. I'm tired of these racist institutions using and stealing from our people. And these fake celebrities, they always acting like they care.
She had a lot, Gabe, but my thoughts are My Sunshine and Wish I Didn't Miss You. If I was to take a hot guess. She has a lot of hits, but those two stand out for me.
Once you die. But when she was in the hospital after being poisoned, no one cared but her kids. When she called out UMG, no one cared. No one made a video saying, oh, they doing some Me Too. So in my opinion, most of these celebrities are, and I can't say the word. So that's why on my channel, I always say, I let nothing slide. Matter of fact, it's hard for me to sleep if I don't speak my mind.
Go ahead.
Gabe, I think it's I Wish. Truth, real time. What has her family had to say about this? Because I see people sharing the Tyler Perry clip where he called for justice, and I was saying to people, well, he could just mean that the driver or the person that was responsible for the accident be held accountable. But what is her family saying?
Nothing. Not about the accident.
So they don't think
Nothing.
there's any nefarious situation surrounding
They
it?
have said nothing. That's what I'm telling you, Trey. Ain't nobody talking about it. As far as family, as far as the people that was involved in the accident, nobody said nothing about the accident itself. Nobody saying nothing. I'm trying to Google what
Okay, that's
Gabe
the only
asked.
question I had.
I'm here. I'm just Googling what Gabe asked me. I'm trying to see.
I think
what
it's
they-
I wish, but I know I knew her because of her relationship and child she had with D'Angelo. I think she helped D'Angelo write a lot of his hits too.
Mhm.
I know she was a well-known industry writer before she even started singing.
Mhm. Mhm. It don't say what her greatest hit was. Per
It gotta
se.
be I Wish I Didn't Miss You Anymore, whatever the name of it's called. It gotta
Yeah,
be
that's
that
the,
song.
that's that shit. That's the bomb.
Is it who sings Penny with a Hole in It? Is that her too?
Who sang who?
Penny with a Hole in It.
I ain't never heard of that. Penny with a hole
I
in it.
think that may be her. That was a good hit
Okay.
single too, if that's her. I hadn't heard any statements from D'Angelo.
Shit, I don't know. I saw something where they say he showed up at the funeral, but then I ain't seen nothing where he showed up at the funeral. I don't even know if he I don't know if he was at the funeral or not. I don't know.
Okay,
Raheem Devon.
that's not her song. Penny with a Hole in
Raheem
It ain't her song.
Devon.
That's Deion Ferris. Raheem Devon.
Yeah,
Just
Deion
let
Ferris.
me serve you
Well, it's
up
called
and
Hopeless.
Customer.
All right. Like I say, nobody's really talking about the accident per se.
And I was doing research at 3 a.m. and I found this. Check this out.
It recently came to me because, of course, people wanted to know my story. They wanted to do my biopic. And it came to me via one of the employees that worked for that company that represented him. And they said to me, whoever's doing your story, can I please be a voice in the room? I would love to give some input from things that I knew. And it's time that the truth be told. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Because the first you got to tell me.
Well, damn. So ironically, she was working on her biopic and now she's dead. Make that make sense. And it's ironic how when our people die, their biopic comes out. And every time their biopic comes out, guess who's in it? Clive Davis. Soon as our people pass away, they got a documentary coming out on Lifetime or some dumb shit. But it's always Clive Davis in the biopic giving his narrative on how the career went. Always lying. But I need y'all to do me a favor because we're going to talk about that later on in this video. But I need y'all to watch this full video because at the end, I'm going to have a short, powerful clip from Angie Stone. But let's get right into this article. This article is from eNews, yahoo.com. It was published March the 3rd, 2025. Resurfaced video shows Angie Stone discussing how this celebrity breakup damaged her career. In one video that was originally shared September 2024, Stone details how ending her relationship with singer D'Angelo affected the trajectory of her career. Stone says shortly after the breakup between us, everything kind of slowed down in my world in terms of tour dates work. The perception was the worst, of course. And look, like I mentioned earlier, even though Clive Davis and UMG, when they do these documentaries, when they do these biopics about our people, they always try to spin the narrative in their favor. But I see right through that because what they do is they study you. When they first sign you, they study you and they see what kind of weakness you have. And eventually they use that weakness against you. They do it to every celebrity. She later alleged that there was one person in particular who admitted to being assigned to destroy her reputation and make the public think that she was responsible for D'Angelo's addiction to drugs and alcohol. She said it was told to me that they were single-handedly put in charge of sending out letters everywhere to make people think that I was the cause of him being exposed to alcohol and to drugs, to everything that could have gone wrong, said Stone. I don't do drugs. I don't do any of this stuff that a lot of people have fallen victim to. And you see the games they play, once they signed you, eventually they're going to force you to bow down and kiss their ring. If you don't kiss their ring, if you try to fight back, they will unalive you. I'm telling you, we saw it with all these celebrities. She's not the first one. And we all know about D'Angelo. He went through that journey on his own. That was not her fault. He went through that journey because they did the same thing to him, what they do to every celebrity, just like they did to Luther Vandross. See, he had a weight issue and it messed with him mentally, and they knew that. So his whole career, slowly, they used that weight problem, that weight mentality that he had, they used it against him. They used it so much against him that was the cause of his death. These people was paying the media, all the media, Saturday Night Live, Oprah, they was paying all these people to do interviews with Luther Vandross, and the first thing they wanted them to do is talk about his weight. And they knew every time they talk about it, it'll mess with him mentally, and it drove him so crazy. That's what unalived him. That was the cause of it. And that's what these people do. And you had Michael Jackson, even though he outsmarted them at their own game, they still doubled back and got him. See, they knew that he ain't really have a childhood. So that kind of messed with him. So slowly they used that weakness against him. And, you know, the whole situation with the kids thing, and that drove him mad and crazy. And eventually they unalived him. And even with Whitney Houston, they start paying her brothers to start giving her drugs. They start off with small drugs and stuff like that.
Now, I remember it was being said that back in the day that Bobby Brown is the one that initially introduced Whitney Houston to drugs. And I did find out later exactly what he's saying. Well, I did hear later on exactly what he's saying, that actually, and I think even in the little movie I watched about her life, it showed that Whitney Houston was dipping into drugs before she actually met Bobby Brown. Don't know how true it is. All I know is what they put out.
They started giving her drugs. Eventually, she got hooked. Before that, she was a church girl. She was a good girl, but they turned her out on purpose. So when they planned to unalive her, all they had to say, it was the drugs. She was addicted to drugs. That's all they had to say. But we all know the story. We know Whitney ain't unalive herself. We know that. So to my people in 2025, let's stop chasing the Caucasian man's fame, because when Luther Vandross reached fame, he was the most depressed ever. It's a trap. Stay independent. Be in control of your own money. You don't need to sign to these people. You don't need to have these people telling you do this, do that. No. Like I always say, if your art, if anything you do is great, the people will come to you. You don't need to sign to them. You don't need to take their orders, because once you sign to them, they own you. And look, the money might come slower when you independent. The work
I have a
might
question, and it just hit me. So y'all hold on. It's a little bit off of what he's talking about right now. Trey, let me ask you a question. And you too, Fun Bear, since I want to ask Trey and Fun Bear, what do y'all think about this right here? So y'all say y'all contend that the woman probably just died as a result of the accident, right? Did it come up? Hold on, let me see. Trey, are you listening? Hold on, y'all. What do you think about the fact that the traffic report is saying there was 0 fatalities due to the accident?
I don't know. Could be an error. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I can't. Could be an oversight. Is that the real one? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the real one.
Or maybe it was done. Maybe it was done at the time before they knew she passed.
No, sir. No, because for one, the reports are she passed at the scene. That's for one. For number two, It take days for traffic reports to come out.
Still could have been a mistake. Because somebody, like, when they show up to the scene and all of that and they transport, and they could have pronounced her dead at the scene. And I don't know. It could be an oversight. That's the best I could give. But from it, I don't know. What do you think that it means? That she's alive, or that she didn't die in the accident?
No, I don't think she died as a result of the accident. I'm not saying somebody killed her, because I even said, I put it out there, she could have actually died from natural causes. But I'm just saying, I wondered if you knew about this receipt, about how they saying 0 people died as a result of the accident.
Yeah, I saw when you first came live, you had it up. I sent it.
Okay.
Injured 9, fatality 0. That may
Okay.
be the initial joint when they first pulled up. That may be the initial report.
Trey, those reports. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying somebody on the scene probably filled out one with 0 fatalities. She may have died 7 hours later at the
They
hospital.
said she died on the scene, Trey. They said she died on the scene.
It's also people that say she didn't die on the scene, so I don't know. But since this report says 0, I'm just saying maybe that's what happened, because some people say she died on the scene, some people say she didn't. And we've been listening to videos saying she didn't die on the scene.
I've never heard, and actually I got a video where the young lady Charisma, she actually called the hospital, and she actually called, I want to say the morgue or something like that, but we're gonna get into that later. But I've never heard that she actually made it to the hospital. She actually called the hospital and asked, had Angie been treated there? Or, because see, when you call the hospital, if somebody is in the hospital, they have this list, right? When you call like information or whatever to ask if a patient is there, they actually have a list to tell you whether or not a patient is there. Now, from my experience from working in a hospital, a lot of times when it be like a celebrity or anybody, like, hell, it can be, I know for sure, like if a police officer was to go in that had been shot, he wouldn't be on that list. Certain people won't be on the list. It's they don't put those people, they don't put them on the list. Now, I will say this: she could have actually had made it to the hospital and had been seen at the hospital. But if somebody was to call and say, "Is Angie Stone a patient there, or was she a patient there?" Her name, most likely, that hospital back the south, I worked there. Her name wouldn't pop up. So what I'm saying is this: if I were to call right now, and I think even after you're discharged from the hospital, your name stays on that list for like 2 or 3 days, right? Because a person can call and they can say, well, she was discharged 2 days ago, or she was discharged last week. So your name remains on there for a minute. But what I'm basically saying is, if Angie Stone actually made it to the hospital and this chick Charisma called and said, did you have a patient by this name? And it being Angie Stone, they would have told her no. Because that's not publicized. I'm gonna give y'all an example. When I was working at the hospital, Lionel Richie, I don't know if y'all know, he's from down here. His mom was in the hospital that I worked at. She was a patient. When people would call and ask, was she a patient there? We said no, because she was not listed in the directory. Y'all know how you go into the emergency room and you fill out stuff. I don't know how it works where y'all at, but I know here you go into the emergency room when you initially go in and you go to the little thing and you fill out the stuff. It asks you, do you want to be listed? Because even regular people like us have the option of saying, if somebody call and asks if we're here, you can be taken off the list. Has anybody ever noticed that when you fill out the initial paperwork, when you go into the emergency room, it asks you a question of whether or not, like I said, I don't know how other hospitals work. I don't know how the ones work here. You go in and it asks you, do you want to be listed in the patient directory? And you can say yes or no, right? But a person like Angie Stone going into the hospital, she definitely wouldn't be on the list. And I said that to say this: I got a video of the girl Charisma calling the hospital. I got a video of the girl calling the hospital and the people telling her Angie was never there. But if she was, they would never release that. But anywho, let's continue to listen to him.
A little harder when you're independent, but you're going to cherish it more. You're going to feel good about yourself. You'll be able to sleep at night. When you owe these people money, when you put out an album and they get 80% of the profit, you ain't going to sleep. You will turn to drugs. That's why so many of our people turn to drugs. That's why so many of our people sell out, because they sold their soul to these people. Once they sign a dotted line, they sold their soul to these people. And I'm tired of losing our legends that made timeless music to these people, and they just moving on like nothing ever happened. We must learn from their actions. And like I said earlier, Angie Stone was working on her biopic. I promise you, when Angie Stone's biopic comes out, I'm telling you who will be in it. Clive Davis is going to be in it, and he's going to be talking like Angie Stone ain't have no static with them, like Angie Stone wasn't about to sue them. That's what he does. And all I'm telling you, just go back and watch Whitney Houston, go back and watch Prince, Michael Jackson, go back and watch all these documentaries and biopics. Clive Davis is in it. And these people ain't like Clive Davis. Once they found out who he really was, once they found out, oh, these people are stealing money. What happened with Michael Jackson? Once he found out that they were stealing money from artists, what Michael Jackson did? Michael Jackson was buying people publishing and giving it back to him. So they had to get rid of him. Michael Jackson owned 50% of Sony. Those people ain't like that. They still found a way to unalive him and to tarnish his name. And lastly, I want to read y'all this comment I received. It made so much sense. I also find it weird the people in the van said nothing. No news video or pictures of the crew in the van or the driver of the truck. And see, after a few days, you get to sit. Think about this, what they told us. They told us the van flipped over and the 18-wheeler hit the van. Why we ain't see no pictures of the people, the other 8 people in that van standing around? Why we ain't get no videos or interviews of what happened? Why the truck driver ain't say nothing? Why we still don't have a mugshot of the truck driver? Because when you a truck driver,
now one thing I don't agree with what he keeps saying and what other people are saying too as well when it comes to truck driver. He's gonna make a statement about by being in Alabama. Well, I'm gonna just say this. I can listen to what he says, but it's about a mugshot. Just because you're involved in an accident and someone passes away doesn't mean you're going to be arrested on the scene. It could have been just an accident, and there's going to be an investigation. But they expected the truck driver that was driving the semi that was involved in the accident, that he should have been arrested on the scene. Like, he's not going to be arrested on the scene if it was an accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be an investigation. Believe me, he had to take a drug test, urine test, all of that. They're going to figure out whether he was high, drunk, may have fallen asleep, may have been on the phone. That's what the investigation entails. So that takes time. So if it wasn't anything like right then and there that proved that he was negligent, then he wouldn't be arrested. There wouldn't be a mugshot. Hold on. That ain't working. Hold on. So for him to he seems to think that that the driver should have been arrested on the scene. That's not always the case. Not to say that he probably won't be arrested later if they find that he was negligent. I cannot say that word, negligent. You know what I'm saying? It could have been just an accident. But we'll see.
You for whatever, they gonna find something with your logs. And if you driving for CRST, trust me, something is wrong with your logs, and DOT will find a way to make you at fault. So why we haven't got a mugshot of the truck driver? Why we haven't got a mugshot of the van? If he flipped over and no one caused him to flip over, he should have a mugshot too. They should have arrested him also.
So he seems to think that both drivers should have been arrested unless they find some type of criminal act that caused this accident, and it was just not. It was just an accident. Them people not gonna be arrested just because they was driving and she passed away. That's not how it works. But sometimes it is just an accident. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Fun Beer.
Hey girl, how you doing?
What's happening?
Not much. See, I think this guy, like a lot of people, are speculating, and I can't.
To be honest, that's all anybody can do at this point. It's just how far people take it because there's nothing out there. Like there's nothing.
Mhm.
Nothing to go on. There's nobody talking about what happened. Nobody from the scene. Nobody from the like. There's nothing to actually go by. That's why when I listen to certain people and they like him, like to me, I say I don't agree with everything he's saying. He's just not an extremist like some of these other people. He does make great points, even though I don't agree with everything he's saying. Just like with this whole mugshot thing, you know what I'm saying? So
And
at
what
this
he said
point,
was there
at this
was other
point,
people in the
but
van. Why weren't they standing around giving reports or whatever? Dude, they were rushed to the hospital.
yeah. See, at this point, anybody that's speaking about it, including us, are speculating because there's no concrete nothing out there to even go by. All we know there was an accident. She passed away. We got
Hmm.
a how?
Is there an echo? Am I echoing?
I don't hear an echo. Do y'all hear echo in the chat? I don't hear echo.
Or maybe it's me. Hold on.
So yeah. So basically, you know what I'm saying? Like this is why I say I really don't be liking to talk about stuff until like actual like factuals come out. Um when I listen to this guy, you said a little. Let me see something. Hold on. All right, say something fun so they can see if it's still an echo.
Say something. Oh, it's gone. I
Okay.
don't hear it.
Okay, so when I watch the paperwork guy, which I'm gonna watch after I get off this live, I'm gonna watch the live where he talks about this crash report, and I'm going because I think he has the whole thing, and I'm thinking he may have read it or shown it, right? See, I only got that little clip right there. Um, to maybe this accident report it goes into more detail as to what happened. I don't know, but I'm gonna go listen. By the time I come back tomorrow, I'll know whether or not that report actually says what actually happened. This guy talks out his ass about he knows how the record beats works. He knows police protocol for travel. Well, I mean, okay. All right, go ahead, Fawn. What else you want to say?
No, just basically, it's like for me,
Hmm.
I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm a person. I need facts and I need receipts. And then if I allow myself to keep listening to different people's speculation on what they think happened and da da da, it starts to cloud your mind. And that's how a lot of people get caught up in this stuff.
See, this is my thing. This is what, and I'm gonna explain this one more time. The reason why I listen to him is not based off of what he feel as though happened with that accident. I
No, I'm
don't know if
not
y'all
talking
catching that or
about
not.
you
No, but I want to
specifically.
explain. I want to explain why he intrigues me. I want to explain why I'm listening to him and reacting to him. It's the other stuff that he's talking about. It's the other things that he's pointing out. Not so much as about the accident, because like I said, the whole him thinking that both drivers should have a mugshot and this and that and the third, and it was a whole setup, and then he goes into the whole trucking company, this and that third. Like I say, it's certain things that he points out that I'm interested in, not so much as what he feel as though happened as far as the accident. You get what I'm saying?
And let me ask everybody this.
Because there's nobody in this moment that we can actually listen to that knows facts, because the facts are not out there.
Hmm. Right. I got a question for people to think about.
Mhm.
Now, we all know the music industry is dirty, right?
Mhm.
And they have been ripping people off for years, right?
Okay.
And it's been out there, it's been put out there, correct?
Right.
So, my question is for the new people coming in, knowing this information,
Mhm.
why not educate yourself?
Well, that's pretty much what he's saying too as well. He's saying that he was like, either be independent or just do your research.
Yeah, I mean,
That's basically what he's saying too.
and I
Yeah.
think for our people, and I hate to say this, but I'm not going to say all,
Mhm.
they come from nothing or they come, low income, they struggling or whatever, and they see these dollar signs
Mhm.
and that's all they see.
Mhm.
They don't
They
read
put
the
them. They
fine
put them. They
print.
put them dollar signs. They put them contracts in front of them, baby. Half of them probably don't halfway read it or get the lawyer to read it. They don't
Exactly.
read it. It's the money. It's the dollar
Mm-hmm.
sign. Let's be clear. It's the dollar
Yeah,
sign.
it's the dollar sign.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had.
Well, okay. You staying up? I think I may go 30 more minutes, but not too much past 30 minutes. I want
Okay,
to
I'll
get
be
it.
on
I
mute.
wanted. Okay, I just wanted to get through as much because I'm gonna come back now. The charisma speaks chick that we're gonna listen to, or woman, I shouldn't call her chick. She actually is the one that makes these phone calls, and she's another one too. That because everybody, like I say, everybody at this point is speculating, but the thing I like about her is that she actually makes phone calls that we can. She talks about, and so that's why we're gonna react to her too as well. All right, so let's listen. And fine, you can stop me at any time.
Okay.
Saw no pictures, no interviews of the people who was in the van. Make that make sense. It's not adding up. But rest in peace to Angie
But you
Stone.
know, you know what I do wonder, and fun. I know you mentioned something about him saying about having pictures of the people standing around. What I do find a little weird, strange, and I gotta say it because I watch the news here. I know how the news works, and I know what happens. There was no news coverage. Like usually when, like, listen, Angie Stone accident on the interstate, right? Passes away. There should have been news stations there. News stations. Now, if it was news stations there on the scene, I didn't see any of that footage, and I've been looking for it.
Okay,
Maybe
maybe
I
I have
missed
an
it.
explanation for that.
Okay.
It happened wee hours of the morning, correct?
The initial accident happened wee hours of the morning, but if you remember the videos we watched, they were still out there on the scene daybreak.
Okay, okay. My question
But
was,
listen. My son was killed well, it wasn't the wee hours of the morning. It was actually 10 o'clock at night. But there's been things that happen here in the wee hours of the morning, and the news people is right there. Don't
right.
people got scanners? Don't people listen? Don't people have scanners? They be on the job, baby. They be on the
But
scene.
what I'm saying is, it happened wee hours of the morning. Two, paramedics on the scene, they may not have known who these people were.
It don't matter. It don't
That
matter. See, that's the thing. We can take out the celebrity factor. They be on the scene of accidents all the time.
yes, but truth. You know how many accidents there are? It's one going on right now, several of them. The news people can't be on every accident scene. That's impossible. There's like several accidents every minute.
Okay, but how many accidents, as you pointed out, wee hours of the morning? How many accidents you think happen in the wee hours of the morning?
But I'm just saying that they probably caught wind of it at the I don't know, but I know they're not going to go on every accident scene. It's just way too impossible. And paramedics, when they go on the scene, they don't know who these people are. You get what I'm saying? And as far as
Bear, I'm
by the
not
time the
listen.
news people
I
would
can
say
entertain
like
a
they
lot
were
of
on
stuff,
their way,
and I can give you credit for a
if
lot
they
of
were
opinions.
injured, they
But
were rushed
listen,
to the
no,
hospital.
I am not gonna believe that them people did not know at some point when they got on that scene who Angie Stone was and who she. No, I'm not gonna believe that. Cause see, hey heathen, I'm just not gonna believe that. I'm just not gonna believe that them people on that scene did not let them people know who she was.
Well, if they were of opposite color, they may not have known.
You know what? I actually, and I know it's a way you can get it, but I don't know if I'm gonna go that deep. But I actually want to hit a 911 call placed about the accident because you have that white lady, and I know. Listen, and I said white lady that came out who has now disappeared. She talked about how she was the one that called 911. And my thing is this: why would, if that's true, why was she the one that called 911 and not one of those people in that van?
And I guarantee you that white lady didn't know who Angie Stone was.
She did. She never said she knew. She did not know who she was.
Mm-hmm.
She did not know who she was. She didn't. She just came out and spoke on the accident she saw. She didn't know who she was. Hey, Vicky. Good to see you. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thank y'all so much for being here. Please hit the like button if you have not hit it already. Check out the banner at the top. Support the Cash App if you can. Thank y'all so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button. All right. All right, Fun Bear. I just hit me like I wonder. I really wonder who made the initial 911 call. I'm curious.
It had to be a passerby. I mean, somebody on the road.
Yeah. The people that was in that van, the 8 other people in that van, something is up with well, I ain't gonna say that.
I
Let
don't,
me
I'm
just
just gonna assume they were all shook up or what. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to make it bigger than what it is until I have actual receipts. And I would love for the family and close friends to come out and speak. But
yeah.
until then, I have to take it for what it is. It was a coincidence that she came out in December and spoke her truth about the industry, and 3 months later, she's gone. It's a
No, no, no,
coincidence.
no, no, no. Well, yeah, 3 months later. Yeah, you're right. 3 months later. Yeah.
I mean, though we want to believe, oh, no, I'm not going to jump the gun. I have to wait. I just need more. I just need more. And I really would love to hear from the family and close friends.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Cause I feel like if though even those kids, I feel like if anybody was gonna come out and say anything, it would be out. Like honestly, I don't think nobody's gonna talk about it. Now I did watch somebody who said they heard, and see that's why I don't like to like play them or mention names. That they heard that the family was supposed to be talking about. Well, actually, it was one of the channels that I told you I was watching, but I was iffy about reacting to that channel. They
Hmm.
said that they had saw something where the family was supposed to come out and speak after the funeral. Well, it's Tuesday.
Well,
Funerals was Friday and
yeah,
Saturday.
but you know what? I believe they will come out. Her daughter and her son. You got to give it time. This is still a fresh wound. You get what
I
I'm
agree with
saying?
you.
They're
I
still
agree.
grieving.
I agree. That's why I was shocked when they said she came out and did a live about some cash apps or something. I still ain't watched that yet, but I agree. I agree it's too soon. I wouldn't even
Yeah,
baby.
I believe they're going to come out, but they're going to come out on their when they're ready.
hmm hmm Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Let's finish this video out.
We love you. We'll never forget you. And just like I promised y'all, here's the short clip of Angie Stone. I'm out.
Over 25 years has passed, and I found out. That's how long it took me to find out that there was a whole process and brigade of letters and let's.
So basically, Angie Stone is saying she was blackballed, and it took her 25 years to find out that basically these people were sending letters to each other. You know, they all in the industry, they all know each other, sending letters to each other saying Angie Stone was the reason for D'Angelo's drug abuse and alcoholism and all of that and all that. And due to that fact, like she was basically like sort of kind of blackballed. This is what she's saying.
Calculate this move so that she will never, ever rise above. I mean, to the day, I have not received not one platinum or gold record that I had written for those projects, because along with all of that came, you know, we don't need her to have anything to prove that she did anything. That's horrible. So that's a very painful secret to reveal for me, because my music is my gift. It's my livelihood. It's everything I believe in. It's what I love. It's a healing point for me and for so many other people. So I think for it to be toyed with in the way that it has been for the embodiment of other people's growth, you don't try to annihilate another situation to grow your own brand. It's just not cool. I'm never going to just stop like that. It's always something next. I got hot sauce, I got barbecue sauce, I got coffee. That's coming. I got so much television stuff and film stuff coming that you ain't ready for it.
All right, that was the end of that one.
She was at.
Hold on. Let me go to the next one.
They
This one
really
was
screwed her over. They
Oh yeah.
really screwed her over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no denying that. Now there's no denying. So the next one was 6 days ago, and this is him again, once again speaking about. This is him speaking about Angie Stone did not die in that van. Let's take a listen, y'all. I think this is gonna be the last one for today, cause like I said, I don't want this live to be too long, for the replay. So let's listen.
And for those of you that don't understand that Miss
Now
Angie,
he comes in listening to this guy on TikTok. Don't know who this guy is, or what credence he have. I don't know if he's supposed to be a witness or not. I don't know, but he's listening to this guy on TikTok talk, and this is what we're listening to.
and for those of you that don't understand that Miss Angie Stone climbed out the van on her own. She was instructed to sit down on the side of the road by a white person, and then she was ran over by a white person.
And see, I told y'all, the story they told us, it didn't make sense. Out of 9 people in the van, how was Angie Stone the only person to die? See, we have to use our common sense. It's been 10 whole days. We haven't had any investigations. The truck driver, you had no update, no mugshot of the truck driver. The people in the van, you have no interviews. No one is saying anything like it never happened. Make it make sense. And then I said, wait. Early in the video, dude said it was a Caucasian woman that helped Angie Stone out of the van. And then I found this video of the woman. Check it out.
I hit an 18-wheeler on the side of the interstate. I have pieces of the fender in my hair. I have it's oil all over my body. I'm gonna finish up and I'm gonna get back to telling the story and I'll show you the footage. After driving the 6 hours home, showering, and processing it all, here's the story. About 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, me and my daughter were driving to Charleston, South Carolina for her sweet 16 birthday getaway. We came up to a truck with a trailer and its flashers were on, so we slowed down some, and that's when I noticed there was an overturned vehicle in the fast lane. and it looked like it just happened. I pulled over and put my flashers on, and I told my daughter to stay in the car, and I ran over. It was a van, and I ran over, and there were so many people in this van, and they were just trying to get out. And I asked if they called the cops, and they said we're just trying to get out, and they were helping this woman out off the side of the van, and I grabbed her hand and I helped her get down, and she seemed out of it, and I was holding her hand and she was wobbling around, and I said, baby, you got to sit down. And then the next thing I know, I flew and I fell down to the ground, and it felt like something not ran over me but brushed over me, like something just swiped over my body. And I got up and I could hear screaming, and I just focused in on one screaming, and it was my daughter. And all I could do was run across the highway and tell her to get back in the car. She had to move the car because if somebody else hit us, it could hit her. So she moved the car farther up the interstate, and I called 911, and they said they were on their way. And then all I could think to do was get to my daughter. And that's all I could do in that time. And when I was walking to my daughter, we're really running the best that I can do. I was in so much pain. My chest felt like an elephant was sitting on it. My legs were so hurt and sore. And I looked up, and there was an 18-wheeler that had crossed the median into oncoming traffic. And I knew that's what hit me and ran over and brushed over me was the 18-wheeler.
And see, that's why I love TikTok. TikTok will show you what mainstream news don't show you, what they trying to hide from you. So I went to her account, and she's from Louisiana. Her last post was February 28th, the day before the accident happened, and she deleted the video. So I'm like, wait, let me read these comments. And then I saw this comment. The comment was from someone named Nancy. Nancy asks, what happened to the video? Courtney, the woman that helped Angie Stone, she said, the 18-wheeler video accident post? Then Courtney said, if that is the video you are referring to, the family asked to take it down. I respect the video is now private. So it all makes sense now. That's why no one is fighting back. That's why it seemed like they rushing for this funeral to happen. No one is trying to fight back and figure this stuff out. You even see her daughter. Her daughter was online begging for cash apps. I'm like, damn, you're not trying to find out how your mother died, because what they told us, it didn't make sense. The van flipped over, then the truck hit the van, and she was the only one to die. That didn't make sense. But I always tell y'all in my videos, everyone is on the same team when it comes against our people. The cops on the same team, the trucking companies on the same team, the lawyers, the judges, the prisons, the hospital, they all against us when it comes to something like this. When you speak up against the industry, I'm telling you, they team up against our people. Because I was thinking, if this woman says the truck hit her too, why the news never covered her? Why the news never said anything about her? And again, this is why I love TikTok. On TikTok, you go catch the truth. On YouTube, a lot of times these major news networks, they're not gonna tell you the truth. They just gonna tell you what they want to tell you, especially because a lot of these news outlets, they have ties to the record labels. I'm telling you, they all on the same team. And look, when it comes to me, I love to sit back and think. As a truck driver, I'm thinking, this truck driver had time to stop. So why didn't he stop? Why in this picture, you see his truck go across the median? Why did he go across that median? If he didn't have time to stop, if he wasn't paying attention, he should be in jail because he unalived somebody. Or did he do it on purpose? Did he see that she didn't die? Was he sick? Was he paid to hit her on purpose? Because the woman says she survived. Angie Stone got out of the van, so she was alive still. Why no one talking about that? Why no one in the van making videos about what really happened? Did they sign an NDA? What happened? Well, you do have one person that said something. Her name is Sharita Murphy. She was in the van. She told the driver of the Sprinter van to slow down before they start flipping.
All right, so he has a post up here. Well, I guess it's a post. Apparently, Sharita Murphy, who was in the van, It says Sharita Murphy was in the van with Angie Stone and 8 other people when it flipped 3 times and hit by an 18 wheeler. Angie begged the driver to slow down, but he didn't. It's some other stuff on here, but they got it blacked out. But yeah, that's basically what it says. It says Sharita Murphy was in the van with Angie Stone and 8 other people when it flipped over and was hit by an 18 wheeler. Angie begged the driver to slow down, but he didn't.
But why no one talking about that? I feel like all along he knew what was going on. And like I said earlier, the truck driver drove for a company called CRST. Why is no mugshot? Why is no updates? Me as a truck driver, if I was to come through Alabama and hit and run over and unalive a legendary Caucasian singer, I'm telling you, I would not make it out of Alabama alive. They would arrest me and they would say, "Oh, something happened to."
That's another thing he said that I absolutely don't agree with. I don't know. Listen, never. I don't know for facts, but I just don't agree that. I still got to stand my ground as far as when that accident happened. Those two drivers, if the initial, because it's you guys to know it's being investigated, right? But if initially, when this accident initially happened, there was no signs or evidence of any type of foul play at that time, they would not have been arrested, and they wasn't arrested. Now, like I said, it is an investigation. Now, during the investigation, if any evidence showed that either one of them was at fault, then there could be charges. But when it happened initially, apparently there was no evidence of any type of foul play of it being nothing other than an accident, and so nobody was arrested. I have to say that because he's speaking like if he was the. Hold on a minute, y'all. Hold on 1 second. All right, y'all. I apologize, but yeah, he says the thing. Well, he said something like if he had hit a Caucasian superstar, movie star, celebrity, or whatever in Alabama on the interstate, he'd have been arrested. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is. Hold on, y'all.
So, do y'all actually believe that this woman got hit by a 18 wheeler
Hmm.
and survived?
See the way she explains she that's the thing. She don't necessarily say she was hit. Basically, what she's saying it hit Angie, but it kind of grazed her or swooped by her, which don't make
Yeah,
sense to
but you
me.
sit you right there up on this woman trying to help her
Yeah,
and assist her, right?
yeah, that don't sound right to me.
See, this is what I'm saying. I can't do this because
But
it
that's
don't
saying that
even
that
make
woman
sense.
in this moment, like I said, her shit done been deleted, and they saying she was a whole fraud anyway. So I don't know how true that
Yeah,
is
because
either.
it didn't make sense. That
Yeah.
story made no sense at all.
Mhm.
Because if you were right there assisting this woman, it should have
Mhm.
took both of y'all out. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Yep. If you was sitting right there, you told her to sit down, and you right there next to her, and she's sitting down, and she
Hmm.
hit by the truck, and and all you say is it knocked you over or knocked you back. Not even the truck, but the force of the truck. No,
And you
I
didn't
that
say
right
that
there.
you went to the hospital, you got scrapes, you got a fracture, none of that. You said none of that. I don't
Yeah, she
believe that.
did. She did. I don't know if y'all could have understood it in the other video because it was a lot of noise, but she had what seemed to be debris in her hair. She said that the from her being, I guess how she must have hit the ground or whatever. She was sore on one side or whatever. I don't believe. I don't
Mm.
believe that. I just don't. I don't. Not
And you
saying that
know
I
people
wish the
do
lady. Not
anything for
saying that
fame.
if it's true, if that she was there, that I wish the lady had got hit too as well. That's not it. It just don't make sense that she wasn't.
Exactly. It don't make sense. And you know people will do anything for fame, a
Uh huh.
click and a view.
Oh yeah. And she had put that on TikTok. So, but it
Hmm.
was said that she didn't know at the time that it was Angie Stone. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't believe that woman's story. No. Mm-mm.
Hmm. All right, y'all. We got about 6 more minutes. Let's listen.
Him while he was in jail. I'm telling you how it goes. My mugshot will be everywhere. They will make videos. Man, I'm online. I can't find no pictures of this dude. All they say is a 33-year-old man from Texas. They gave his name, but it's no pictures. It's nothing. I'm like, damn, if that was me, it'll be on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, Google, every site, Snapchat. It'll be
Oh
on.
Lord, I didn't even see Sugar. Hold on, y'all. Damn, how long she been up here?
I
Hey,
ain't been up
Sugar.
here that long.
Hey,
Hey,
sugar.
whoa, 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 whoa. I got my boots on the ground.
What's
Ow,
going on,
y'all,
girl?
where them fans at?
Hey,
How
Capri.
y'all doing?
We good, girl. We over here talking
True. I'm
about
gonna be
you.
honest. I sent the bat signal over there to Sugar when I saw
Yeah,
her
she said,
pop
we
up
over
live.
here. I said, well, goddamn, y'all been there all the time? Shit. What done happened, y'all? What they done said? What happened? Now catch me up for 5 minutes. Just for
well,
5 minutes.
let me put this up, and you tell me what you think about this right here. Hold on, let me put it up,
Okay.
and hopefully you can read it. This is the
9
traffic report.
injuries and no fatalities?
Yeah, that's the alleged actual Alabama State crash report.
What?
Yeah.
So, well, then if it wasn't no fatalities, then she didn't die. What? She didn't die in the car?
I do think the woman is deceased. Let's just be clear. I
Oh,
just
yeah,
don't
I
think
think
she
she
died.
died.
What this report is saying, if it's saying zero fatalities, that means she didn't die as a result of that accident.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I
So,
don't
what she
Trey.
died from?
I I I don't know.
Well, what
I
the
don't know.
fuck? They done put. Stay quick. What? Girl, something. There's a fly in that milk.
See, I said it when we first initially talked about this. I talked about the fact that, even though she was in that car accident and she did not pass away from the actual car accident, she could have passed away from something else, she could have had a heart attack. She could have had a
Yeah.
stroke. As a result, you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't necessarily have to die from injuries. See, if she didn't die from injuries due to that accident, then you know what I'm saying? She didn't die from the accident, even though the accident could have caused her to have a heart attack. See, I don't know how that
Yeah.
works. Like I do know, like I said, I do know of a case that happened here in my city with a truck driver that actually had a had a heart attack and he passed away at the wheel, which caused him. And the reason why the story was so big because, like I said, fun, the news was there and it showed how his truck ran was hanging off the bridge. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? He had an accident and the actual truck was hanging off the bridge. They had to do all this and then the third to get the truck down and get his body out. But it can't kind of find out he did not he was dead when the truck hit the median
He
the
was
thing.
already dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had actually suffered a heart attack before.
Now, there's people that be having seizures and they crash. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They seizures and they crash and they die. And they don't die because of the crash. They die because they had a seizure and it took them out and they was unconscious and hit something. But
Right.
ain't that strange, y'all? 9 injuries and 0 fatalities.
Hey, Miss
So
Tia.
so did she die on the scene, or did she maybe had a heart attack?
From what I'm hearing, she died on the scene. Now, like I said, this chick that I'm gonna react to, not today but tomorrow, that actually called the hospital and called shit. I want to say forensics or somebody to try to figure out where if she, cause see, I know one question she asked the lady on the phone at the hospital. Which let me tell you something. If you want to know some true information about something, don't call the information line where you call and ask for a patient. Them people don't know
No.
shit. 9 times out of 10, it's some volunteer. Hell, at the hospital, that Baptist South Hospital where I work, it be older people that's retired, they older, and they just come in and the shit. Most of them be volunteer. Them people don't know
Like
nothing.
candy stripers.
There you go. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so she asked the lady something about if she had passed on the scene, would she have can't come to the hospital? And I heard the lady answer yes. But what she didn't say is if she did actually go to the hospital, if she was declared deceased on the scene and went to the hospital, she didn't go to like the hospital. She went to the morgue at the hospital. Because
Mm-hmm.
once
Mm-hmm.
you're declared dead on the scene, you don't go to no room, you don't go to the emergency room, you don't do none of that. They have to wait for the coroner, and you go to
Yep.
the morgue,
Yep. You
which
go
is
right in
at
the
the
corner.
hospital, right?
Right downstairs. It's all of them
It's
downstairs
in the
usually.
basement. It's in the
Yep.
basement. So yeah, we're gonna get into all that tomorrow with the phone call and her making the calls. But
Oh,
I listen. I don't know. I just don't know,
God.
sugar.
I mean, it's just like, it always was strange. Like it's straight. Well, they didn't have no open casket, right?
I didn't see where they had an open casket. No.
I didn't see it either. And then she was having issues with her kidney.
Yeah, she
And
was a type 2 diabetic. She was a type 2 diabetic.
yes. And see, sometimes you can have, your kidney can just fail and just take you right on out. Like the fluid go up into your heart, cause heart CHF, congestive heart
You
failure.
know
You just
what? The
done.
fact of the matter is, eventually, and like I said, there is an investigation going on. Eventually, it's gonna have to come out. Now, when
Got
that
to.
will be, I don't know. It's gonna have to come out. What did she die from? Did she die from an injury from the accident, or did she die of a natural cause? It's gonna have to come out now. When it's gonna come
Oh
out
yeah.
or whatever, I don't know. But they have to now. They don't release her body. Allegedly, she done been buried and things of that nature. So before she left that coroner's office, autopsy was done. They
Oh
know how
yeah.
she passed. They may not be talking
Yeah.
about it, right?
It's a
But they
hush.
know how
Yeah.
she passed.
Damn. I knew it was some shit. You know what I'm saying? I just knew it was some shit. I'm like, oh, god damn. Well, I wonder, was she driving? Maybe she had a heart attack while she was driving.
She wasn't driving. Meryl
She
said there's
wasn't
also a
driving.
criminal. Yes, there is a criminal investigation going on. So I don't know who or what that's about, but it is an actual. Even when you call the because this girl that we're gonna react to tomorrow, she called, I can't remember what she called, but they did say that there was a criminal investigation going on. So I don't
Wow.
know who they're looking at, I don't know what that's about. But like I said, that's why I know eventually with an investigation being done, something's gonna have to be said about how and why this woman passed.
Yeah, they gonna have to tell it. They gonna have to tell it. They can't just sit around with I mean, especially when they got documents like this out here, it just puts a big question mark on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, whew. They said that she had to sit down at all of her concerts just about, except for this last one, she stood up the entire concert.
Yeah, she
So
even
maybe,
talked about it. We listened to a live she did on Instagram where she talked about how she was like the first to actually do full concert sitting down, and then people started
yep,
doing it. Cause she said
yep,
she been doing it.
yeah, she been doing them
Cause the
because her
lady was
leg
too
was
old. To be
bad.
honest, she was too old to be out there touring anyway.
Period. Like
And
even when I see
she said I
when
should have been able to retire 20 years ago, but I couldn't
20
because they've been
hell
stealing my
yeah.
money.
Like I mean, look at Patti LaBelle and them, right? They doing these concerts because they got to, because they running out of money.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Look at Patty, Gladys Knight, Shaka
Cause
Khan.
didn't Patty have like an episode on stage? Did she get like sick one time?
Yep, she got sick. She sure did.
They
And
too
threw up
old.
on stage, and they had to bring her on out. And guess what? She came right back out.
Yeah, that's not doing something because you want to. That's doing it because you have to. When
You
you
have
sick
to. When you
and you get
sick
back
and you
out
still
there,
got to
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. See, they running out of money. They doing a lot of shit with a lot of them. Like I think this is gonna open up a whole can of worms for the entertainment industry. Because why are these singers out here old as grease still trying to be out here and doing concerts? They should be sitting down some damn where. They shouldn't have to work.
Yeah.
I mean, with all of the royalties and stuff, shouldn't they be able to sit down? I mean, I know they don't own their masters and stuff, but ain't there something they supposed to get? Like the money
Angie
that
told
low?
you that's royalty. She said it. She said yeah.
Where's their royalties? Where's their stuff? Why they got to go work so
But you
damn
know,
hard?
I have to say this. I have to say this just because it's been on my brain ever since I heard her talk about it. How do you go 40 years
Mm-hmm.
and not receive your royalties and you not know that?
And you not
How
know that.
does that work? You know what I'm saying? Now I know because she said it out of her own mouth. She said the only thing I knew how to do was to go out, make the money, come home, pay bills, and take care of my family. She said I trusted my lawyers and the other people to handle that side.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
get
they
that.
probably just gave her enough to where she wouldn't question it.
Yeah, and
Right.
see that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say though. But I get that you trusted your so-called lawyers or whatever, or however with your monies. But see, one thing, and see, this is what my mama is my mama is an accountant. Been accounting for years. She's the head accountant for the state of Alabama, finance department. And she with her clients would tell she would tell her clients, look, I'm your accountant, I manage your money. You trust me. But don't trust me to the point to where you don't check on what I'm doing with your money.
That's right.
She always tell people that, like, when you entrust people with your money, it's good that you trust people and to do the right thing, but you should always check with the checking of the checking of the
Always.
checking.
Hey, when it comes to the money, I'ma run a checkup.
Okay,
I'm like, what?
you don't just place your money in the hands of, just because it's their profession doesn't mean that they're
Don't
not
mean they ain't
dirty.
gonna cheat. Yep, they ain't gonna mean it. They probably
You
did a
know what I'm saying?
52 takeout.
Cause people, even though you paying people good money to do this job, people get greedy.
Yeah, they do when they see that money in the spree and they can slip their hand in there and throw it in their pocket real
Come
fast.
on now, come on.
You know, you see that money land, you know, shit, I'm gonna give her 30,000 and tell her these is her royalties and take the other 45 and stick it in my pocket.
And if
She
they
don't know.
absolutely know, like if they absolutely know you're not the type to be if you've been having these people for years over your
Yeah.
money, and they know that you're not that one that's gonna check, they're gonna be able to bring you some paperwork with a lot of numbers, and you just gonna sign and say okay. If they see that, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people will take advantage of that.
They sure will.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
sure will. They'll cut your ass out. They'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna skim, a little 20K off the top. She getting 100K. She ain't worried about that 20K. It ain't gonna matter. She got the same amount last month. So, yeah. If it seems like a regular thing and you don't check it, it's easy to slide that shit past. Like you said, she go to work, get the money. I mean, the way they talking, like she came in talking, you ain't got my money, I ain't doing a concert. So she was getting paid for every concert right then and there. Y'all, that's some deep ass shit. They done fucked around and took her money and did some foul shit on the goddamn accident.
I don't know, sugar.
Oh,
Like I said,
OMG.
like I told Fun Bear, I'm not gonna be that one to come out here and say, "Oh, it was this big plan." Clive Davis gave orders to this person, who gave orders to that person, who gave orders. I'm just gonna point out what I feel like is weird in the situation. I'm not gonna say that it was a whole big conspiracy to take her out, because look, it could have been just an accident. but
Yeah, it could
something
have
is
been.
not adding up. It's just it is what it is. Even if there's something that's not adding up, don't have nothing to do with the accident, it's still something not adding up.
It's
Period.
something funny. There's a fly in
Cause
that milk.
see,
Something
while
funny.
people thinking that it's like foul play as far as when it comes to Clive Davis, it can be on a lower totem pole than that. It can be a
Yeah,
cover up behind who this truck driver may be or who or what actually happened in that van. It can be a cover up in so many other ways.
yeah.
So you know
You
what I'm
know,
saying?
there
I'm
could have
just not
been.
gonna be that one that said, Clive came down off his cloud and put this order. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say I just listen to what I listen to. We're not gonna
Mhm.
listen. Everybody that's speaking on this, and like I told Funberry, everybody that's speaking on this in this moment is we all speculating. Because there's
Yeah, we're
nothing out
all
there.
because we
There's
don't
nothing
know.
out there.
That's some wild ass shit, though, y'all. God damn.
Now I ain't
You
gonna
know,
lie. The biggest thing I got that I listen. A lot of shit comes off as weird to me, but the biggest thing is what I just showed you. How they're saying she did not pass from that accident. I just maybe if somebody would just come out here and say the woman died, you ain't even gotta say what it was. Just say she died of natural causes.
right, right. And they trying to help her. You know, they got in an accident.
I don't know. I just
But
don't.
I believe if Angie never came out 3 months ago and spoke on what the industry was doing to her, no one would be speculating on this accident. Everybody would be
Right.
like, dang, that was a freak accident. Damn.
Yeah, yeah. I think so too. That kind of made a suspect. Who y'all think gonna take up the fight?
Her
I think
If
the
daughter.
her
daughter gonna
daughter is
take it.
anything like her daughter will. Hell,
Yeah,
they
because that
say
daughter
Tyler
seemed like
Perry
she.
over there mad. But they said Tyler
Yeah,
Perry being mad at just the front. They say his ass ain't gonna do nothing.
yeah. Because you know he just like to be up there and be front and center.
Mm-hmm.
Now I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna tell no word lie. I listened to him speak, I felt it. I felt it. I felt
Right.
like he may be the one. But they say, them people they know how to put on airs, as my grandmama used to say, put on airs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna just be honest and say, unless we see something different or not see anything at all, I felt him in that speech. And I
I
felt like
did
he
too.
could be one. Cause see, let me tell you something. A lot of people that Angie don't work with that say they love Angie in that industry, they ain't gonna speak up and speak out. They not gonna do it because they
No,
don't want
no.
they don't want to be blackballed. They don't want to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now for anybody that will actually, cause see, I commend him for even saying what he said at the funeral. To be
Me
honest,
too.
if he don't do nothing else, I commend that speech he gave. But
Yep.
I will say that daughter looks so much like her. If she's anything like her, if something ain't right, I think she's gonna be the one to come out and speak about it.
I think so too. I think the daughter gonna take up the fight. But
Mm-hmm.
If
hold up, y'all.
anybody, she gonna fight for that money her mama was fighting for. She should.
Exactly. She should. It's rightfully hers. I mean, she the heir to it. Her and the son. What y'all think about D'Angelo not showing up?
Girl, we talked about that. Well, actually, we didn't go deep, but I don't know. Is it still on that shit? Because that could be one reason. Because I don't understand.
But for anything to be there for his
For his
child,
son.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
Right.
something. When Anthony Hamilton was standing up there singing about that, I felt like he was her damn man.
Right.
He
Mm-hmm.
had, yeah,
And there's no way in
oh, hold
hell
on,
at
boy.
63
I ain't
years
tell you to
old with
come back.
all
Hold on. But listen, when the hell was D'Angelo?
Yeah, where was he?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
where was
didn't.
the guy in the Furious Five? The Diamond's father.
Now they say he's talking now. I saw a video. I haven't watched it yet though. But I don't know if either one of them showed up at the funeral.
Me either. They didn't speak.
I don't know, girl. Child.
Well, she said
It be a whole lot of
raise.
whole lot of.
She said she had to raise the kids by herself, and their dads wasn't shit.
She said it.
She said it. She said I had to do it. They wasn't
I
doing
know
it.
everybody and their mama, other than the folks that knew he probably wouldn't come, was looking for that man to show up.
Yeah, I was looking for him. I was like, well, when he coming?
They now see Sonya, I did hear, and that look, I don't really speak on everything that I hear unless somebody bring it up. Now I did hear that Tyler Perry paid for the funeral.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Don't
Yep.
know how true it is, but that's what was said.
Yep. Somebody called him, or he called them and said, let me take care of the funeral. And that's why they gave him, ability to speak,
That makes sense.
you know? So they
And
felt
I
like he
can see
paid
him
for it.
doing it. I can really see Tyler Perry paying for
Me
that
too.
funeral.
Me too. Because who was that passed away and he did something for him?
I think it was Tiffany Tyson, wasn't it?
It was somebody like that, yeah. And he came through and no, I got everything. Don't worry, nobody worry about nothing. Took care of the whole funeral and everything.
And let me tell you something. They laid her to rest, both spots, beautiful.
Girl.
Both ceremonies, beautiful.
Yes, yes. That's
I
Sia
didn't see the
Rose.
second one. I just saw the first one.
I see the second one. That the day.
I didn't know you hadn't seen it. I was gonna stream that one too, like I did the first one from there. I still might do it. But yeah, that second one was at that church where she I think it may have been her church, like in her
Yeah.
hometown. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was beautiful as well. It was.
Yeah.
But y'all see
But that's
Pamela, man, she looked good. She lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. He did look good.
well, that Sia Roses had me. When I looked at that, I said, look at that. She was in a
Yeah.
platinum casket with all red roses.
Yep.
That was a lot of roses.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It
It was
was.
beautiful. The way her friend, her ride or die, she tried to hold up, but she just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I like the way the granddaughter and the daughter and the brother, and they all
Girl, when
stood.
that baby was standing up there, and I got that, y'all. I'm gonna drop that clip. I got it. When that grandbaby got up there and talked about how they got the call, and her mama got the call at 6 something that morning and woke her up. They got in the car and they told her to put. I was in tears. But that baby did good. She didn't cry. She was like, and you could tell she was nervous. She had the giggles. You know, kids, they react different than us. But she spoke so well, and the grand boy, they both spoke so well.
That was real good.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, it's only the four of them. Her two grandbabies, the son and the daughter. Ain't nobody else. It's just
yeah,
them.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I hope they get. I hope they get it. I hope they find out what happened.
I'm pretty sure they'll know before anybody. I'm pretty sure that daughter. I'm pretty sure, like at in this moment, I'm pretty sure if the daughter don't have no answers, she's trying to get answers. Cause somebody they got to know what happened to her. They have to know what happened to her.
It seems like the daughter don't take no shit. Like she ain't got no. Her mouth is ready.
To me, honestly, I think she just like her mama. I think that's why they stayed into it. You listen to her talk about how they argued all the time.
Yep. She said, "I love taking care of you, even though you got on my nerves."
Yep. She said,
Yeah.
Andy, you can tell her you ain't my mama. You know what I'm saying, girl? I just could like I know that girl is hurting. Her and that son, like my God. I think Angie Stone was a like she reminds me of like my mom and my grandma, like they were powerful forces in the family. Like they were the matriarch, they were the backbone, they're the backbone, you know what I'm saying?
She
And
came
I
in
did
there.
not know. First of all, I did not know she was born a day before me. I found that out. And I didn't. Yes, see, that's it, girl. That's why I resonate. And I also didn't know that she was the only child. She was the only child. Well, that can't be. Well, it could be on her mom's side. I think her sister spoke at the funeral, but that could be from her dad's side. I don't know. But I heard I can't remember where I heard it at, but I heard she's the only child, but I don't know. But anywho, it's sad. It's just I'm still like feeling it, like for real.
Me too. Me too.
So we gonna come back tomorrow, y'all. I'm gonna end this at 3 hours. Like I said, I don't want these live streams to be that long to where people won't catch the replay. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna listen to some more of this guy because he's got a couple more videos, and then we're gonna listen to the charisma speaks woman. Now that's who y'all really want to hear. She's the one that makes the phone calls. Baby, she called the coroner, she called the hospital, she called the I want to say the police station. Yeah, she's that one. So we're gonna listen to her. And then after I get through all of these videos from them, I'm going to react to the paperwork guy. He's the one that was getting the paperwork. So yeah, we're gonna keep talking about it, y'all. And like I say, all of this talking we're doing, everybody don't nobody know nothing. Like we just talking and just talking about what's out there at this point.
Yeah. Because nobody have no information, no
Yeah, but
concrete evidence.
I ain't trying to go too deep. I'm not trying to go too deep with all this other extra stuff that's out there. I'm really not.
Yeah.
Now, if I think something is weird, I'm gonna say I think it's weird. Will I say I think it's due to this and that and the third? No. But if I think it's weird, now that like I said, I still say this is weird.
It
This
is
is
weird.
weird. This
I'm
is
with
weird right
that.
here. So yeah.
Get it. I don't get that.
Well, you talking about the whole accident and everything and her?
Yeah, this accident report. This is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird.
Like they're covering
So
up something or something.
yeah.
But like I said, truth earlier, it could have been. And they're saying she died at the scene. It could have been was probably barely hanging on. By the
Yeah.
time the
And
paramedics got there.
Thornberry, I told you too, if she died as a result of whether she died on the scene or at the hospital, if she died, if she passed away due to anything that happened to her in that accident, that fatality would be on that report because she passed away due to injury sustained in the accident.
Right.
Whether she died at the scene or at the hospital doesn't matter. It does not matter. If she
No,
died
I'm
as a
saying,
result,
listen, I'm saying because the accident report in that moment, she might have been still alive, barely maybe.
Fonberry,
You get
the
what I'm saying?
accident, but Fonberry, the accident report will still show that she was a fatality as a result of that accident.
I don't know.
There's
Now,
no way. Listen, there's no way that makes sense to me that this woman died as a result of that accident and then not be listed on that traffic report.
Yeah, something ain't right.
It says that she was injured because she's included in that 9.
hmm
But as far as passing away, it doesn't show that, and we know the lady passed away.
hmm
Something
So,
wrong.
so maybe at some point in time there will be an updated. I don't know. All I'm saying is it's weird to me.
Yeah, something strange, y'all. That's strange.
That's all I'm saying. So with that being said, y'all listen. I'm gonna get off of here. Sugar, Funberry, I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate you, Sugar. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to everybody that supported this live stream. I appreciate y'all so much. If you're new here and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. All right, hit the notification bell. We'll be back tomorrow to talk some more. Okay, y'all. All right.
Oh yeah.
So until then, y'all have a blessed, beautiful rest of the day. I'll see y'all later. And yeah, like again, once again, thank y'all so much for supporting this live stream. I appreciate it so much. All right.
One love.
With that
Have a
being
good
said,
one.
okay. Thank you, Sugar.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you,
baby.
Fun. Thank you, Fun.
You're
All right,
welcome.
y'all.
Have a good one.
All right, y'all. Till tomorrow, we out.
Till shining stars be